had two fantastic games already. We'll very soon have the third one as well. This was Saif Badr finishing it off with two brilliant sixes. Sensational striking. And a sigh of relief as well. Just the camaraderie. You just love to see this. The handshakes after the game restore the balance after an intense fight between two sides with the bat and ball. Beautiful Miami. Under lights assumes a different mood. These little sparks of light are adding more spark to the tournament too. Phillies United versus New York Cowboys was a game to remember for the Phillies. Game to remember. 7 wickets win. Maryland Mavericks versus Golden Eagles of California. A 6-wicket win for the Golden Eagles. And now number 3. Carolina Eagles versus NJ Titans. Just a while ago, we had Mike Haseman down with the two skippers there at the toss. And it was Harmeet Singh who called the right side of the coin and said, we want to bat first. Harmeet Singh winning the toss. NJ Titans and saying, we want to bat first. Beautiful dusk, this. Beautiful dusk. Surely the man up there is an artist. I'm Suhas with him, joined by another artist in the combox, Mike Haseman. Warm welcome, Mikey.
Suhas, thanks very much. As we look at the table, third and final game. What a delight to have 3 full games today. We're all excited about that. We're going to finish strong on this one, as are the Carolina Eagles, who are sitting 2 against New Jersey Titans, who are sitting 6 at the moment. 5 points to the Eagles. They win this game today. They then go top. I told you it's going to be moving day earlier today, and that's exactly what it's been. The Mavericks started off at the top, then the Phillies went to the top, and the Eagles have got a chance to go to the top. The Titans, they win. They will suddenly go to number 3. No, they'll go to number 2. They'll go all the way to number 2 on net run rate. I think.
NJ Titans, when they prepare for this tournament, prepared a team that can battle 20-over contests. Suddenly they realize the 2 opportunities they've got are 5-over contests. Andres Carlos, for the first time, will walk out in this tournament knowing that he's got 20 overs to play. What will that change a thing or two about the way he bats? I don't think so.
No.
He
only knows one way.
He knows one way, indeed.
And it's the right way.
It's the right way. Andres Carlos, he was sensational. The surface has taken a lot of cricket, and it is going to change a little bit, Mikey.
Yeah, I had a good look at it when I was out there getting ready to do the toss. There are some areas, some wear and tear areas, but that's expected because it's had quite a lot of traffic, this surface, so the spinners will get something out of it. They get a bit of turn. There might be the odd bit of irregular bounce, but I'm not really sure there is going to be, because I think it's played really well up until now. There is going to be a new pitch as of tomorrow. They're moving for a new pitch as of tomorrow, which was supposed to happen a couple of days ago. So that pitch has been breathing heavily, and it's ready to go. It's ready to fire up tomorrow morning. It'll be nice and fresh, and I'm sure the players are going to like that.
Here's a surface that was ruminating in water for a couple of days, and then today got the sun. It's got a taste of both the elements now. So NJ Titans winning the toss, choosing to bat first. Andres Carlos will walk out with his partner. The umpires for this game as well. One of them is Avik Gangopadhyay, and we have Brian Kane. Carolina Eagles, they'll be high on confidence after stealing a win last night. And it's great to see Rajdeep Darbar behind the wickets. It's great to see that Rajdeep Darbar is fit and fine, because there was an element of risk initially. That's what we were told, because Rajdeep Darbar, remember, had to go out and an impact player came in after a sensational innings last night. But little did they know that they might require his services in the super over. But Sean Hackett was good enough.
Just 2 things. Gurjran Singh was going to bat first had he won the toss as well. They didn't. The other thing is that, in fact, 3 things. Second thing is he's still smiling after their victory yesterday.
Is Dexter Sween smiling?
Third thing is that Keswick Williams is fit. Now, you might remember right at the end, it looked like he might have just done a little bit of a hamstring. I had a bit of a chat to him, a high hamstring injury. Had a bit of a chat to him. He said he thought the same when it happened. He woke up this morning. He said he felt a little bit stiff in his back. And he's spoken to the physio, spent a bit of time with the physio today. He thinks everything's fine, so does the physio. So he's out there again, raring to go, looking forward to this game because he knows it could mean so much.
You can't get enough of this shot, can you? And Babar is providing more and more beautiful shots of this kind with the drone. Surely a way to fall in love. Every frame. Beautiful. I think Miami is one of those places. Florida itself is one of those places. Lauderhill is one of those places where wherever you put the camera, it just becomes a frame by itself. So much beauty, man-made and natural. This man's a natural. What great talent, and his captaincy came through as one of the best things of USPL Season 2 so far. Gajanan Singh holding the nerve, Gajanan Singh assuming responsibility and ensuring that he bowls the last over, takes it till the super over, and then Sion Hackett smashing that six that is going to be etched in memory of every Carolina Eagles fan. Norman Anwar will open the batting with Andres Kaus for Titans.
Just want to quickly confirm my comments about a moving day. If the Carolina Eagles win, they will go top. If the New Jersey Titans win, they will go second. And that'll be on net run rate. So that'll be a serious rocket because they're right towards the base of the table at the moment. So that's how important this game is. Seriously important. Conditions are just magnificent in the middle. Really nice. Nice, and temperature's perfect. There's no humidity. Just absolutely ideal out in the middle right now, so the players are going to enjoy these conditions. Under lights, it's always a lot of fun playing under lights. Adds a little bit of extra to it, I'm sure.
Shiva Shankar to get the new ball. It's a very young bowling unit, Carolina Eagles, if you take Gajanan Singh away from it for a bit. No, you can add him, he's young at heart.
I'm actually going to say under lights adds a little bit more electricity to the game.
Very well played. Run chase under lights would be an interesting watch indeed. First up, Carolina Eagles need to restrict their opponents. New Jersey Titans, they'll be looking at least 150 with the pitch deteriorating just a little bit. Mike Haseman said there is a wear and tear area. Not one, in fact, wear and tear areas in certain places. And it's those bowlers with big boots and those lovely spikes running onto it. It's day 5 of USPL Season 2, and Mike called it, it's like day 3 of a test match. It's a moving day.
Just one other thing also, if there happens to be a bit of dew around tonight, which is possible, there was dew around last night in the late game, but it was also because of the rain we had in the last, in the couple of days beforehand. It might have all just, the ground might have been wet, it might just come to the surface. But if there's real dew around tonight, then that's going to make the ball a little bit damp. That's going to make the ball skid on off this surface, and that's going to make it easy to batting second, rather than harder if there's no dew. So we'll have to watch that.
I think the batter is waiting for those lights behind the side screen to switch off, because the side screen will lose its value if it's going to blind him in the first place. It's a side screen for a reason.
A little bit, yeah.
Or does he want to move the side screen itself? Rohan McFarlane. He's got one hand on it. If he can move that side screen with one hand. Now those are the teams. We've got them. Carolina Eagles. Gajanan Singh will skipper them. Rajdeep Darbar. He doesn't have the keeping gloves alongside him, but he's the one donning the gloves, I believe. Goranshu Sharma wants to come back in form. He'll be someone to watch out for. Yasir Mohammed, the youngster. Sachin Seacharan's raring to go after the failure last time. Shiva Shankar getting the new ball today. Keswick Williams as well is in the side. It's good news that he's fit and fine. Andres Mahesh. Anderson Mahesh is sensational. The youngster's got a big future ahead of him. Dexter Sween had an apology to get across, but he's one fielder as well that you want to look forward to. Sean Hackett smashed that 6 and has etched his name in history forever. Shahan Jahangir is in the side as well. First ball came back in sharply. Given that long wait to get the first ball done, Shivasankar has a dream start.
Wow, what a start that is. Unbelievable start. That is magnificent work. Couldn't be a better start. They'll be so happy with this, the Eagles. Now we've got the mat. Let's have a look and see how adjacent this is. That's adjacent.
Brilliant decision as well. That would have cannoned into the stumps. Carolina Eagles soar from the first ball. New Jersey Titans 0 for 1. Mukhtar Ahmed comes to the middle, usually opens the batting. Today is 1 ball later, walking in. 0 for 1. New Jersey Titans. I still believe Andres Krause at the other end would be raring to go, and wouldn't matter that they've lost a wicket. He doesn't notice that until 3 have been lost in the power play. Otherwise bats the same. Slightly down the leg side. Shivasankar is generating something after pitching. The ball's doing something after pitching, not if it's that full.
Great start from Shivasankar. Outstanding work. So important to be on the money first up. Apply a little bit of pressure. You can surprise a top order batsman first ball if it's bang on target, as that one was. Certainly wasn't going over and wasn't going anywhere other than middle stump. Outstanding start.
Room available. Krause goes through. Much needed boundary. Starts to tick first ball. Andres Krause.
Good shot. Nice counter punch. Well played. Solid.
What a start for Andres Krause. Room on offer. Doesn't miss out. Just love the way his eyes light up as well.
Such a free flow of the bat. That's the important thing about his technique. Even with that defensive shot there, just a free bat plane coming all the way down, everything in line perfectly. You've somehow got to tuck him up so he can't actually have that free flow of the bat. Have a look at the shot. Easily done. The other thing about him at this stage now is he looks straight away. We've seen 2 balls that he's played. He looks in tune as a batsman. Sometimes as a batsman you come out the middle, you're suddenly undone a little bit by a bit of extra pace. Zip off the track, the new ball, and your feet aren't moving as well as you would like. But he looks totally in tune with the release time and the speed of the delivery coming his way. A little bit of a trigger movement, but the trigger movement is in time. Well before the ball is released, so he's nicely balanced, his eyes are nice and level, and just slaps that through the offside for 4.
Just love the way he extends his arms and treats the bat like an extension of his arm itself. That was a wild swing from Mukhtar. Andre said that he got 4. He says 1 over gone, 6 for 1. 6 for 1 in 1 over. Dexter Sween. I don't know what the conversation was about after the last over. In fact, a super over finish in Carolina Eagles setup. But the new ball bowlers, looks like they're so raring to go. The first ball was a wicket from Shiva Shankar. It's a very young, it's a very green new ball attack. Backward point in place just in case Andres wants to cut the ball a little later. Dexter Sween can generate that extra bit of bounce. But nicely negotiated by House.
So Dexter Sween's got a little bit of a different action. It's a bit of a windmill action. He's a heavier build, he's taller, a bit more lumbering in his run-up. Not as smooth as perhaps, say, Jesse Singh was earlier today. But he's nice and effective, this man. Quite a few of the bowlers from the West Indies over the years have had that little bit of a double whirl action, if you like. A little bit leg side. Worked away comfortably for 1.
Eight deliveries, 8 for 1, New Jersey Titans. Dexter has curtailed the dream of a flying start against him. 2 singles. Hinter swing, there was a bit of bat on it as well, but did not carry to Rajdeep Darbar.
Yeah, good call, didn't carry. There was some excitement, that's for sure, but it didn't carry. Keeper said as much straight away, as it sort of bobbled around a little bit in his gloves after it bounced. Just to give us a nice shot of that. Tried to pull it away though. He just bounced marginally before the gloves.
Is there a bit of skid? Difficult to catch from this angle, but it did not carry to Rajdeep Darbar. Sween's usually known to get that bounce, not the lack of it. One moment he wants to play the shot, the other moment trying to retract the bat too. There was a bit of an edge. Gets that little bit of luck as well, Andres Kaus, that's so very required in this format. Happened in the first game. Now happening in the third as well. Oh, well placed. And will have enough to go for 4.
Over was looking pretty tidy. Last thing that the bowlers want to stop at this stage are boundaries. Sliding, leg side, and just using the pace of the delivery. Man inside the circle in that region, so that's going to race away past him.
Beautiful shot that Goran should really had no chance. It's an over that started off well for Dexter, then a wide in between, now a boundary. That's another poor delivery. Down the leg side has been a problem for Dexter in this over. Second time. Did that boundary really frazzle him a little bit? Dexter Sween needs to get back to the right line. The slip is not available for him. Also because he's stringing down the leg side a little bit. Can he bring it back in this over itself? Did generate the edge, but that's fine enough. Man in the deep, no chance. Shiva Shankar thought of diving initially, but the ball was quicker. House gets a boundary.
Yeah, he didn't want it to go there. He was trying to go a little bit squarer than that. Got a bit more bounce on it, I think, than what he anticipated. It was just a little bit of an edge, a top edge. which was accepted as it ran away fine. That was the important part of that as far as he's concerned, and as far as the Eagles are concerned, the unfortunate part.
Still striking at 200. Oh, very well played. A short arm jab, so controlled, and it'll roll away for 4. House doesn't worry about the region. 22 for 1 in 2 overs.
What a fine shot from Andries House. That last boundary, just whipping that through the onside. Great control. Bottom hand coming through smartly to bring that bat through and swivel at the same time. Really nicely timed.
Oh, bat and pad. That's exactly why what started as an appeal died by itself.
So I'll tell you a bit of a story about Brian Kane, who was the umpire standing at square leg at the moment, American umpire, of course, born in America. He studied the history of cricket while writing a university paper on the development of different football codes. He'd never truly connected to the culture of American sport, so that was quite interesting. So he sought out different sporting cultures. He actually played Gaelic football, hurling, Australian rules football, and also rugby. Whilst he was studying about cricket, he suddenly realized that this is the sport for him, because he couldn't really connect with the American sports, as I mentioned. So he then decided that he was going to play the game, learn the game. He spent years, actually, he said, studying about the game of cricket from time to time. He couldn't find an American sport he liked. The only way he thought that he could actually get involved in the game properly was to become an umpire, which is what he did, so that he could actually, play the game, so that he could learn the laws of the game and then become an umpire. That was always his aim once he started to fall in love with the game of cricket through his studies. And he took his first umpiring course in 2014, and that was basically when playing tournaments, so he could fully explain the laws to his mates that he was playing with in the teams. So it's quite amazing, the story. And now he's forging away throughout umpiring in America, and this is a perfect tournament for him. I saw him also in previous tournaments, but it's a great story, I think, for an American who couldn't identify with American sports, so he took up cricket and cricket umpiring now, and he's doing a fine job. His wife, by the way, or partner I should say, is a scientist, and guess what pets they have? Sahas, guess what pets?
Go for it, I have no clue.
Lab rats.
Lab rats.
They rescue lab rats. That's what they do.
And he works with kids as well. Oh, this is a good shot. Still, the outfield becomes the 12th fielder.
Sadly, rats often find untimely ends in laboratories around the place, which is very bad. So he rescues them, him and his wife. They've currently got a whole pack of them they're looking after.
Wonderful. Never knew that side of Brian. Knew that it's a brilliant story, and thank you so much for presenting it at this juncture as well. I think it's a big learning curve for others too, to pick up the sport, not identifying with an American sport and then calling cricket his own. This is a beautiful story indeed. A full-time umpire now, Brian Kane. 1 ball to go to finish the 3rd. He also took up acting, by the way. And he'll ask you, if he's slightly slow to turn and then give you a slow death of an LBW, then he tells you that's drama. Not joking, really. Brian Kane. Wonderful person as well. Last ball. That's in the gap. And I think it's got just enough bat as well to send it for 4. Gajanan cannot get to it. Score propels over 30 now. 3 gone. 31 for 1. (31 for 1 in 3 overs. 23 of 10 for Andres Kaus, 5 of 7 for Mukhtar. This is after losing the first wicket for nothing on the board. I thought the ball jacked back in a little bit. Still, he had the hands in the right position and beautiful flow of the bat that you mentioned, Mikey. Generates so much power.
And a hit towards the bottom of the bat as well. Didn't bounce quite as much as he was expecting, and it was still away.
New Jersey Titans 31 for 3. And Andres Kaus has discovered that sometimes you can be gentler on the cricket ball. Just like this. Mukhtar picks up a single. Andres Kaus back on strike. Sian Hackett was sensational with a bat in hand in that super over. Sian Hackett. Imagine walking out to bat in that super over and then finding yourself eventually in a position due to a good stop just a couple of balls ago by the opponents. Needed 4. Smashed a 6. Brilliant finish. Now with the ball in hand. He's resorting to singles at the moment, Mike. Andres Kaus. So he wants to pick and choose the deliveries that he wants to go over the top with as well. Not mindlessly attacking every ball. Doesn't attract an appeal. Hackett. We were talking about being gentle on the cricket ball. Not everybody is so gentle on the cricket ball. We saw Rakeem Cornwall splitting the ball into 2 and quite literally. That innings, especially towards the leg side where he went full throttle, this is what he did to the cricket ball. It seems all right. It seems all right, but not now. Split into 2. Mike, the ball literally hanging by a thread. What do you reckon?
Well, that's just quite simple. That's how hard he hits the ball. Simple as that. He's just ripped it. Clearly, just ripped it in the seam. That's what he's done. As he's hit the ball, it's burst out of its seam. I think I would if I was been hit by the big fella.
And it doesn't even seem like he's hitting it hard. These are supposed to be gentle kisses, perhaps. Just love that free bat flow once again, making it as easy as it sounds. Oh, beautiful shot. He's actually giving it a whack. Much like this, mid-on up in the circle, goes straight down the ground for 4.
That's a fine strike. That's really good. There's always runs there, straight back past the bowler. Bit of evasive action required by Brian Kane. Just a little bit of advancing. That disappeared pretty quickly. Kane, the umpire's got to get out of the way smartly here, and his partner also. This might give us a better idea. The way they had to scatter. Just a bit of ducking and diving, and that disappeared. Just took a bit of toll in this over. It was good in the first 4 balls. Slower ball that time. 4 overs gone. 37 for 1.
24 of 11 for Andres Kaus. Mukhtar's providing a lovely assistance, 10 of 12 at the moment. He needs to kick into the next gear as soon as possible. NJ Titans would be dreaming of at least 150. Harmeet, Aaron, Ian Dave is in the side today. Javon Seals, Mohammed, Raj Ziaul Haq. There's a lot of batting yet to come.
I think one thing we've seen happen today is that as soon as the opening pair has been dismissed, if they've got going, and that happened certainly with Broome. He was top scorer with 27 and he was the highest scorer. So when the ball's nice and new, it's coming onto the bat and they're playing quite nicely. Talked about Rakeem Cornwall as well doing that job. Williams now into the attack. Slower delivery that time. You've got to capitalise. Once you're out there and you're facing the new ball and you're playing well like House is doing right now, you've got to make sure it makes a real difference. Dozen balls, 25 not out. Don't leave it up to your partner. Make sure you take full control and do the job, because it's going to get a little bit difficult as things go on. Also, some of these teams haven't got really strong batting lineups in the middle and towards 7 and 8, which poses some problems as well. And that's why in the last game, I reckon, particularly in that first innings, the last game, we saw the wickets falling at all the wrong times. And that's why they're on the wrong side, the Mavericks.
Absolutely true. And Andres Kaus reading the slower delivery on that occasion, pushing it for 2. Wanted a little more. No ball signaled. That's a problem. That's a problem. Kesrick Williams was bowling a terrific over so far. Now this no ball can have repercussions beyond this delivery.
Yeah, it's going to be phase 2. Arm horizontal is the no ball, but this is the dangerous part of it. When he gets the little hurdy-gurdy going above the head to signal a free hit. There we go. There's a free hit. That is a captain's nightmare, a bowler's nightmare, and a batsman's delight. Oh, it's tight. There was a little bit upon the ball, his foot hitting the ground that might have been just behind. Got away with it. Slow delivery. Oh, a wide's been called.
So the free hit continues. Mukhtar has an option of putting this ball away for 6 without worrying about being caught in the deep.
Yeah, I don't think that's a wide. That was inside the guideline, and it is only a guideline, so there's the umpire's perspective for what he sees. Free hit continues.
Full toss. Does well. Mukhtar might not travel the distance. We'll wait for the umpire's decision. And it's 4, but still good enough. New Jersey Titans started off with 0 for 1. Now it's a great recovery. 28 deliveries, 48 for 1. Kesrick Williams, who bowled a brilliant first half of the over, has gone for runs in the second half. Slower delivery, read it. But there is a man in the deep. 1 ball to go here. They'll be happy with 50, 49 at the moment.
Now there's the freeze I was looking for. That's perfect. That's the ball. That's the foot hitting the ground for the very first time, the heel. That's a really tight call from the umpire, and I think he's right. It's a good call.
Yeah, good umpiring by Abhi Gangopadhyay there. That'll go through as well. And no stopping that. Andres Kaus gets to 32 with that boundary. New Jersey Titans brought beyond 50. 5 overs gone, 53 for 1.
Well, Andries Gauss has got a lot of pedigree. Played an awful lot of first-class cricket back in South Africa. Never quite made the breakthrough up to international level, but he's chasing new dreams here in the United States. And he's been pretty dismissive of that Keswick Williams over. 16 have come from it. So as a consequence, we will see some spin. Final over of the power play. The Titans have found a way to score on what we believe is a slowing surface, with Anderson Mahays coming in with his left arm spin. Really good power play thus far, particularly given they lost a wicket from their first ball. And they're trying to continue going. Andrew Leonard back in to action. Third game today. Got Roshni rejoining me. Roshni, great to see the floodlights kicking in. Some beautiful sunset shots.
No, the ground looks beautiful right now. And for New Jersey Titans, it'll be their first 20-over game. So I wonder if that is why they had, you know, that batting changeup with Noman going in instead of these two opening.
Bang! And that is monstrous. And that's the power of Gauss down the ground. What a stroke that is. It's cleared the ropes by what? Probably 15 or 20 meters. He's a strongly built opening hitter. This is a beautiful stroke. Overpitched and smashed for six.
That's gone all the distance. Andreas Gauss, what he does best, and does it all around America. Just look at that shot. Lofted and just gone.
Yeah, it's a pretty safe shot as well, because he's hitting with the spin, but he's got into a position to hold his shape. Well, he might be a while coming back. We can barely see him. Get the telescope out. Where is he? It's like a mirage in the desert out there. Hit out of the Central Broward Park Stadium here. This is a brilliant start from the Titans. They look determined to rebound after yesterday's defeat. I think they have a very good-looking squad, don't they?
Absolutely, and the batting power that they have. A really well-balanced side with their bowling and their batting, but such a brilliant batting lineup. I mean, going all the way to the deep.
Dragged down and smoked. Smoked into the night sky. That one's going to be a long time coming back too. Back-to-back maximums. The brilliance of Gauss down the ground firstly. So as a consequence, the bowler pulls back his length and then pulled away for six.
Just the way he bats. Incredible. Timing it well and the length it's gone up to. Look at that height. That's massive.
It's a monster, isn't it? Such a satisfying feeling as a batter. As soon as you hit a stroke like that, you just know it's gone all the way. Well, look away now if you're Anderson Mahays. Where do you bowl to him? Even Brian Kane in the background, the umpire just going, wow, that is big. 44 off 17. Gauss, I think he's been one of the batters of the tournament.
Absolutely. The first game he had gotten the runs with Mukhtar. Last game not so much, but today I think his innings is definitely due.
Again, I'm not 100% across the qualification situations for some of
the
these
table's
players.
pretty scattered as well right now when it comes to the way the teams are in, but Andreas Gauss right now, he's looking very good.
Well, Garanshu Sharma has maybe just left the facility, might not be coming back. You might say I may as well field out here. It's the best chance I've got of taking one from Gauss. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly of the qualification permutations. I know he moved over from South Africa in 2020, I believe, if I got the year right, just before the pandemic. Now, usually it's a 3-year qualification period, but you need to be in the country for 10 months at least of each of those 3 years you're qualifying from. But you'd have to think, if he is USA qualified, a T20 World Cup around the corner, Gauss brings power at the top of the order. the USA might not necessarily have at the moment. When he says, right, I'll get a good look at that one, now I'll hit it out of the park again.
Now all the balls right now are being hit out far and away, but no, Andreas Gauss actually, he actually he qualifies next year right before the World Cup, and someone of that talent definitely should be looked into. I mean, the way he's been scoring all across the country, always being one of the top run getters in the tournament.
Tries to repeat the dose, doesn't get it out of the middle of the bat, but mid-off is up in the circle. It's 4 more. He's almost displeased with that one, isn't he? 6, 6, and now 4, and the alarm sirens are ringing around the ground from the DJ, fittingly so.
Yeah, it seems like he was a bit disappointed with that one. For Andreas Gauss, he's looking good, but a lot of trouble for the bowler right now. I think Gajanan Singh has spoken to him. Let's see if it works out, or Andreas Gauss just going the way he's going. 2 runs for his 50.
Tossed up and helped down the ground. It's gone a long way up. It hasn't got that quite the same distance, but it will be 50. It's the fastest 50 of the 2023 United States Premier League. It belongs to that man on your screen. Andreas House has played a perler of a knock, 7 4s and 2 6s, and the crowd rise to him. End of the 6th, end of the power play, 72 for 1. So the end of the power play may provide some relief for the Carolina Eagles. Well, he's a class act, the man born in South Africa. Huge amount of first-class experience down there. Change in bowling. Yasser Mohammed comes into the game much earlier than yesterday. Starts with a nice, juicy full toss, but Mukhtar says, Gauss, over to you again. The fastest 50 of the tournament. Outstanding from the right-hander.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, this is what Andreas Gauss has been doing, and we are witnessing it right now. The way he's able to hit his shots all over. It's so good to watch him. And Yasser Mohammed coming into the attack.
Well, that's very friendly, isn't it? And Gauss will say, not in my house. I'll hit that one down the ground. 6 more. Too easy. Brilliant batting.
He's absolutely making it look way too easy. Lofted straight. He's making it look absolutely way too easy out there. And Mukhtar is just playing that role, anchoring role. We've seen that a lot throughout the USPL.
And I think the most exciting thing for me about watching House, the way he goes about it, he's just 29 years of age. They are your prime years. Any world-class batter will tell you. 28 to 32. That's when your eyes are at their best. You've got all the experience of a decade of professional cricket, in his case in South Africa for Free State, where he played the majority of his cricket, also with the Lions and the Knights franchise too. And when he's got 60 first-class matches under his belt, 7 first-class hundreds, 3 List A hundreds, and a T20 100 too. Ever so exciting to see where the right-hander could go. Qualification permutation's always complicated. You have to get the final sign-off, not just from USA Cricket as the NGB, but through the ICC. If and when he does qualify, well, I think the Stars and Stripes are calling.
They absolutely should be. I mean, the way he's so consistent, and he's able to do this for the team every single time. He's someone who gets going right from the front. His strike rate's always high.
Good googly. End of the 7th over, 83 for 1. .58 off 22. Look at that current run rate, 11.86. We thought the pitch was slowing down. We thought we were going to have a little bit like the middle game, maybe a lower scoring match, but it's really been a one-man show. All about Andrew's house. Dexter's called upon for his 2nd over. And Mukhtar is playing his role perfectly, just getting the big South African his strike. Here's a look at the best of his 50.
See the way Andreas Gauss just getting going. 58 off of just 22. The fastest century off of just 19 balls. 7 4s and 3 6s all around. Making it difficult for the bowlers. Shots all around.
And now it's a slightly different challenge. Out of the power play, but the results, well, they're nearly the same. Good recovery from Hackett, using every part of his body to keep that one inside the rope. Hope he hasn't done himself any damage. Outfield is still heavy because of all that rain a couple of days ago. But now with 5 fielders in the deep, seamer back on, House won't find the boundaries as easy. Leg just jarring in the turf a touch there. Target for here from the Titans? Are they thinking of the first 200+ score of the tournament thus far?
We're still waiting for that one, and if they keep cruising like this, keep that partnership going, it could be like that. Yesterday we saw Rajdeep sitting, Rajdeep Darbar, who was getting going, so I think it's important for these two to get going. If they do lose a wicket, I think the building of a partnership is what's key.
Worked into the leg side, it'll just be a single this time. For the Carolina Eagles, I just wonder, can they find a way to get back into this contest? They've been pressed at several points. Heroic fight back last night under the floodlights. They'll need to do it again. Just a single again. Immediately with the seamers on outside the power play, it's a different ball game.
Absolutely. And I think with Mukhtar, I think he is trying to just give that strike to get in the runs, get Andreas Gauss on strike. Last ball of the over.
Well, that's not a good delivery, and being given the treatment helped around the corner. Angled down the leg side, will be a boundary to close out the 8th over. House moves to 65, it's 92 for 1. means this is 65 of 26. It's coming with the most fluency we've seen all tournament. Him and Rakeem the Dream, the stars of the day for me. Two brilliant batting performances of the highest quality. Yasir Mohammed will be persisted with 11 off his first over. Skews away off an outside edge. Okay, let's get down pitch side to Nikhil Odom-Chandani. Nikhil, who have you got this time, mate?
Head coach of the New Jersey Titans, Donovan Miller, joins me. Don, thanks a lot for your time. Just some of your experience. I know it's been a tough start for you guys, 2 5-over games. How has that impacted the group, if in any way?
Yeah, well, look, we really have some really experienced player. There's been a lot of rain around, and it's been ups and downs. Not sure if you're playing in uncertainty, but I think we have stuck together really well. Playing 2 5-over games, it could go anyway. You never know, but we managed to come out on top of one of them, so we're quite pleased where we are in the group stages. Just
with all your experience coaching around the world, how does the tactics and stuff change when you have those shorter formats? What do you tell your team?
Look, we just go out there and look to continue being positive and see how it goes. There's not much you can do in a 5-over games. You need a bit of luck. I mean, last night they bowled really well, and we panicked a bit and we didn't get over the line, but it's okay.
Just tell me about that batting depth. What does it offer for you guys having this amount of batting in your team?
First and foremost, yes, with this amount of batting, it kind of coach's headache, but we really have a good chat today with the batters and just be clear around roles, and I think it's kind of working today. The guys kind of have clarity about their roles now, and they're really doing it for the team.
On a lighter note, Don, I noticed that you've got a lot of West Indians on this team. What's the vibe like in the dressing room? Have you guys been out? Where have you been off the field?
We haven't been much places. It's been raining for the last 3 days, and we have 4 games in a row. So, but yeah, we stick really well together. Not just the West Indian guys, but the whole team. We have a really good camaraderie and a good team morale going at the moment.
And tell us about that tattoo on your left tricep there. What is that? Where's the intent?
That's a really good. I think I get that tattoo very, very young when I didn't have a clue what was going on. I just started gym and just want my hams to look good.
All right. Thanks a lot for your time, Don. End of the over, 98 for 1.
Thank you.
So after losing that first wicket, New Jersey Titans are cruising thanks to Andreas Gauss for 69 off 29 and Mukhtar playing that anchor role.
Yeah, majestic innings thus far. He's got so much time left. He's dominated this partnership. Remember, a wicket from the first ball of the innings. Since then, it's all gone horribly wrong for the Eagles. Whoever they've turned to, maybe with the exception of the opener, Shiva and Cyan Hackett here, who's called back into the attack, have been treated with real disdain.
Absolutely. Right now, Andreas Gauss, he's looking in form. The way he's been batting out there, and with Mukhtar aiding him and building it up, it definitely makes a difference.
Short ball helped away. Work to do out there for Mohammed, and oh, he does brilliantly well with his effort, but can't cut it off. Going to push up to finish, but he can't cut off the boundary. 4 more, the 100's up.
Slice that away. Unfortunately, Yasir Mohammed tried his best, did everything he could, but the ball goes past the rope. The way these two have been playing, the runs are cruising.
really good effort from Mohammed. His approach to cricket, wholehearted in everything he does, even when his team are under the pump. There's almost a pin drop silence out there in the field. Needs somebody to rally the troops. Where's Gajanan Singh? He was doing everything yesterday. He's gone missing a little bit. More work to do out in the deep. Just be a single. This is where you need your captain to step up. You need Gajanan Singh to maybe use the drinks break that's coming in to just re-rally the troops. The side are being hammered around the park right now. Maybe the emotions of last night all a bit too much.
Yeah, he definitely needs to regroup, get the team to try to figure out, you know, how they can break this partnership. Breaking this partnership will definitely slow things down a bit.
Gets away with that one. I think it's almost a double hit, isn't it? I think it's hit the thigh pad and then maybe the back of the bat, and results a dot ball.
The current run rate close to 11. The New Jersey Titans are just looking with so much batting to come. The Carolina Eagles are desperately looking for some wickets.
They're not going to get them bowling there. Another poor delivery, just the angle. I can understand why he's gone for the bouncer, but it's angled down the leg side. It's a boundary to close out the first half. It's been a flying start. Time for a drink. It's 109 for 1.
Andres Khaus 71 or 31. That partnership, Mukhtar contributing 33. Remember, there was 0 for 1 and 109 for 1 sounds better at the halfway stage. What a good comeback by the New Jersey Titans. Norman didn't have a game to remember. First ball was trapped in front by Shiva Shankar's delivery that jacked back in at the last moment. But then the recovery started.
Yeah, this partnership's worth 109. Already has been superb stuff. Khaus has been magnificent with his 71 of 31 deliveries. That's quite extraordinary. 8 fours and 3 sixes. His partner's got 4 fours as well. Mukhtar, 33 of 29. At the moment, it's all about Khaus, but Mukhtar's played an important role. Khaus is so strong. Down the ground, on the leg side, through the offside as well. He's having a terrific game today, and he will want to make sure he continues and looks towards those three figures. But this partnership is absolutely brilliant. 109 at the moment. It's very one-sided.
There are two men on the screen who've gone past 70 once in this tournament. Both of them are keepers too.
Umpire Brian Kane just told Gurjaran Singh that they're 4 minutes behind at this stage. There's been a bit of ball fetching. Umpires will take that in consideration. But if they're not careful, they're going to miss a fielder or two in the last couple of overs outside the circle. Be reduced to four outside the circle rather than 5.
As far as Yasir is concerned, it'll help that he is bowling. He gets through the overs quickly. Nelson on the board. Give us a hop, Mikey.
Those days are gone.
Just marginally short, and Andres has pounced on it. 6. Add that to the tally.
Someone screamed, "Catch it."
And he gets the Optimist of the Year award.
It had a hopeful ring for it too. Someone yelled it out. It wasn't anyone in the crowd. Hit it nice and high. He knew that stage he was fine. I think he said, "Come on," at the last moment.
Becomes even more dangerous when Andres Kraus is camping on the back foot. Just marginally short is enough for him to swivel, because power is not a problem at all for Andres Kraus. Very, very strong bottom hand too when required.
Henrik Klaasen, it's quite interesting watching him bat. He always camps on the back foot spinners, and a lot of guys are trying it these days, because I think he's the best player spin bowling in the world, actually. Henrik Klaasen, the way he just hammers the spinners, they're marginally short. That was a bit adventurous, that sort of stroke. Yeah, a bit of extra bounce and a bit of turn as well from Yasir.
Good delivery. Enough to tempt Mukhtar to go for the big shot, but not getting there. Oh, yes. Good collect as well by keeper Darbar. We'll keep that chat alive about Henrik Klaasen as well. Klaasen's one of the best players of spin, and that's for a reason. This gentle single will bring about the end of the 11th over as well. 119 for 1. $119 for 1. In the first over, you see that little white triangle. That was the wicket. And after that, no wickets, just runs. New Jersey Titans scripting a brilliant recovery. The captain of Carolina Eagles has gone back to Kesrick Williams. The experience will show. The run-up has shortened. The efficacy hasn't. Well, that will be wide indeed. We were talking just in the previous over why Henrik Klaasen is, according to Mike, the best in the world of white ball cricket right now to play spin. Is it also because it's difficult to bowl to him because he doesn't believe much in footwork but a lot in fireworks? His reach is so good.
The reason is he doesn't commit himself to the front foot. He just stays as still as he possibly can. And then when you have a situation where the ball is slightly short, marginally short, he is pounces on that back foot and just hammers it. He's so strong as well. He's developed into a wonderful player. Now, it's only about 12 or 18 months ago where he was floundering. He was only playing provincial cricket at one stage. He was keeping and he was batting at around about 7. He wasn't doing much for South Africa, and he actually was not playing for South Africa for a while. And there was one game for his provincial side, he was left out. And he found himself sitting on the sidelines in the dugout and decided it was time to reinvent himself and think about his game and work out what to do. Then he decided to work on his batting only. Just put the keeping aside, work on his batting only, and that's made a massive difference. Just that one little change. And next time you see him play, he does not commit himself to the front foot at all when a spinner's bowling, and he obviously will then lunge forward if he has to. but he often just camps on that back foot, and he'll often defend off the back foot. Khawaja does the same sort of thing. David Miller used to commit himself to the front foot. David Miller these days doesn't. So that's a big change that David Miller has made, and it's made a massive difference over the last 2 years to his batting, and I think we saw that in the semi-final with that magnificent 100 as well in the World Cup.
Do you think it's setting a template as well? For all the young South African batters now who want to break into the side, because you've got to play spin well, especially when you're traveling to different parts of the world.
Not just South African batters, I think world batters. I think young guys, I mean, as a youngster, when I was growing up as a kid, I used to get lots and lots of tapes. That's gone for 4, that's a good shot. Lots of tapes or VHS in those days of what I could find of the guys that I wanted to copy, or I'd sit in front of the TV screen and just watch the guys. So I just identify a couple of blokes and I try and sort of take on board some of the things. And I think anyone around the world who's a talented youngster will do the same with someone like Heinrich Klaasen, do the same with someone like Virat Kohli. I mean, he's just an extraordinary player. He's the best batsman in one-day cricket, full stop, as far as I'm concerned, although I do remember Sir Viv Richards, how good he was in one-day cricket.
I think you brought about Virat Kohli just at the right time with that extra cover drives being so beautiful. Slower delivery is working for Kesrick Williams. Will they steal the second? They'll have to settle with a single.
Just one more story. This one's about Alan Donald, about players. Now, he went and played at Warwickshire. He decided that he needed to be a better fast bowler. He was young. He was about 19 years of age. He wanted to be a better bowler. So the first thing he did when he arrived in Warwickshire is he went and bought a VHS tape of Sir Richard Hadley, and he wanted to know how to bowl like Richard Hadley and get more control and that sort of stuff with the end result of the batsman. The one thing that Hadley talked about, the first thing he talked about, was you have got to be an athlete to be a fast bowler. Alan Donald realised he wasn't an athlete. He then hired a sprint coach. He said that made a massive difference. Worked with a sprint coach for a couple of months in England when he wasn't playing. It made a massive difference to him as a bowler. End of the over, 130 for 1. Just one more story. Brian Lara, who is the most exciting one-day batsman I've ever seen. In fact, most exciting batsman I've ever seen, full stop. Most exciting batsman. I've seen him score some unbelievable hundreds firsthand.
You just earned yourself a lot of fans by saying that in this part of the world too.
He used to rely very heavily on table tennis. There were times when he wasn't playing very well as a batsman. There was one situation, a test series against South Africa. He hadn't scored a run for a long time, well, for a while in test match cricket. He was worried about his form. He decided the night before a test match against South Africa at the old border ground in Guyana, rather than go to the nets, he got a mate of his. He played table tennis for 2 hours, went out the next game and got 100.
That's how you become a wristy player. This is pure timing. Perfection from Mukhtar. Do you call that a goal or a six?
A seriously good shot. That's what you call that. A seriously good shot. Really nicely played. It's taken him to 49 now. It's good connection. He lost his shape a couple of times when he was trying to do that previously, but that time he held his shape beautifully.
The only thing that's lost his shape right now is a cricket ball. What a whack. Unbelievable timing and breeder of length. And he can be gentle at times too. Reaches his half century in superb style. What an innings. It started off as a second fiddle, not anymore. Now he's roaring. It's an innings of great substance. Under pressure, walked in when the scoreboard was a miserable story. 0 for 1 to 138 for 1. Take a bow, Mukhtar Ahmed.
He's been watching the other end a lot of the time as well. The work that House has been doing. His performance off 38 balls is really impressive as well. There you go, there's a prime example. He was looking to camp on the back foot, but had to lunge forward at the last minute. Was in no problem really, because he had a bit of extra time.
Amongst all stories, as I swim past this commentary stint, I have to let you know. I have to ask you this as well. You talked about playing spin. What about the shift of the weight of the bat, especially when it comes to South Africans? I heard that they shift the meat of the bat according to that extra bounce. Is it true or is it another fallacy?
It was true. A lot of the players used to do it. In Australia, they used to do it. South Africa used to do it. The sweet spot, when they used to go and play in India, for example, they used to make sure the sweet spot was a little bit lower because the bounce wasn't as high as they would have in South Africa or Australia. But it doesn't happen anymore. They've decided it's going to stick with their own bat, the normal bat they like to use all the time, and they just use that. And they know there's going to be some deliveries are going to keep it a little bit on the low side, but they're backing their own ability anyway with their normal bat. But it certainly used to happen.
There is some truth to it. Yasir, brilliant delivery. What a comeback after being hit away for 6. Gets quicker and quicker. 13 gone, 139 for 1. $139 for 1 in 13 overs. 15 dot balls by New Jersey Titans. I love the conversion rate here. They've taken 38 singles. 13 boundaries as well. 5 brilliant hits outside the park. I think New Jersey Titans have spoken a brilliant language after being 0 for 1 and stunned by the first ball of Shiva Shankar. Andres Kraus is 83 or just 39. Explosive. And there you go. There is a very, very rare dot ball. Mukhtar has been sensational ever since he walked in. Never let the pressure get to him. Absolute clean striker of the cricket ball. Favored the leg side a little more, I thought, today. Had an answer to the short ball. If you pitch it up, he knows how to drive too. He's got all the shots in the book. And ensured that he put his team in a great position by stringing together a partnership with Andres Kraus. Slightly low this time, but Andres had an answer to it. That's a seriously good throw. What do you make of this partnership? What has clicked for New Jersey Titans?
Everything. In a word.
It's come a great time. Just 84 deliveries. When he whacks the ball like that with such precision, long on and long off, could just look at each other and play stone, paper, scissors. Who's going to fetch it?
I think one thing that definitely has worked is the fact that Kraus was out of the blocks very quickly indeed, and Mukhtar was quite happy to watch from the other end. Now Mukhtar, after getting to 50 and playing strongly to get to 50, is now looking to play some shots and to get as close as possible. Kraus is also, so they've dovetailed nicely. They've both played with strength. They've a high percentage of boundaries.
We saw a remarkable Rajdeep yesterday. We saw a remarkable Raheem today. Mukhtar trying to go inside out. Sween takes the catch. Shankar eventually finds a reason to smile. But it's the end of what has been a sensational innings under pressure from Mukhtar Ahmed. 144 for 2 now, the New Jersey Titans. It's a low full toss that got the better of the set man.
That's a fine knock. 6 fours and 1 6. Really nicely played. It was a ball I think he was trying to get under more, so he didn't. It was right at the bottom of the bat actually. So he was hoping, I think, that he was going to get more elevation on that, but didn't. And just hit it down the throat of the man at long off. But it's the end of a fine partnership also. 54 of 41. Mukhtar played really nicely. 144 for 2 now. Partnership of 144.
A fluent start for Ian Dave. House 84 of 41. Mukhtar, who's just left for the pavilion, was 54 of those many deliveries. What a comeback by New Jersey Titans. Both of them batted as if the wicket hadn't fallen early on.
One thing I did notice is that Mukhtar stayed very still as the ball was released. He didn't move his feet at all. Haas has got trigger movements. Just walks across a little bit. That time he's a fraction late and annoyed with himself. The fact that he left it a bit too late, I think. Haas has played really nicely. 14 gone, 145 for 2.
Portino was gone. 145 for 2. Sian Hackett, 2 overs 17. Boy, has that cricket ball taken a beating. Rajdeep has a thing or two to say because he knows exactly the angles that batters usually go for. He batted himself a brilliant innings yesterday. It's time now to think like a batter. It's been an unbelievable innings from Andres Kaus. The umpire gets a buffet. Then there's Andres Kaus standing, thinking doesn't really matter. Sensational Andres Kaus. Absolute annihilation of the opponents. Just the way he loves to time the ball and has 2 shots to almost every ball, I thought. Room is punishment. Length is punishment. Back of a length, even bigger a punishment with a 6. Unbelievable innings.
It's been a really good, controlled, powerful innings. That's what's been nice about it.
I mean, we saw Rakeem hit a brilliant innings yesterday, play brilliant innings. Rajdeep as well, we mentioned, but today that is. And Rajdeep was yesterday. Andres Kaus today has played an innings which has given many an unbridled joy. The fastest 50 in USPL season 2, Andres Kaus.
I think it's been a really well-structured innings. From ball 1, basically, he played really well. And then he capitalised when he ever got anything short. He just whipped that away on the leg side in particular. He's really strong in that region. Punched on the offside as well. It's been an innings of complete control.
Striking at 200. Unbelievable innings under pressure. Oh, he was sitting deep inside the crease. Didn't read the slower delivery. Umpire gives the negative nod. A single stolen meanwhile as well. Lot to unpack. Good delivery from Sion. It's one thing to have a slower delivery up your sleeve, quite another to use it when the batter expects it the least.
Yeah, I think it was okay. Let's have a look with the mat in place. Yeah, it's a good decision as far as I'm concerned, sliding down the leg side. I reckon that's sliding down. You can't see that leg stump behind the pad. I think that's a good call.
And then Ian, of course, survived the run out as well. He was in danger at both ends for the same ball. Andres has batted as if he hadn't lost a wicket earlier. Now will he bat again like that after Mukhtar's exit?
thing you've got to remember is that he doesn't deliver from close to the stumps. A lot of bowlers who did. I mentioned Richard Hadley before. He certainly was one. Alan Donham was another. Dale Steyn was a champion. That Dennis Lilly was another. Delivering and falling away as he delivers. So he's delivering from wide of the crease. And that's sliding down as far as I'm concerned. Just going past that leg stump.
In Dev getting a game today. Want to cash in. Such good talent. Back in India as well. Captained different sides. Considered a Ranji Trophy legend as well. For JNK. Andres Kaus, 15 away from what would be a terrific century. But Andres is looking at more than a century at this stage. There was a phase in the game before Mukhtar launched big shots as well, where he was single-handedly keeping the run rate up. Good slower delivery. As a package, Sion's a brilliant cricketer.
Yeah, House just letting us know that that one just died a fraction. It went past the bottom edge of his bat, actually, as he advanced. So not as much bounce as he was anticipating. I think it dropped too much. I think it was lack of pace. It was a cross-seam delivery as well. That happens sometimes.
Another slower delivery. This time had the width but no timing. This is a brilliant over from Sion. Just 3 runs of it. 148 for 2.
Six options used. It's been a tough night for the bowlers. It's quite surprising, really. It looks like a different surface out there. Given what we saw in that second game, you thought run scoring could be quite difficult, but it should have been great application from Andreas Gauss. He's maximized the power play, had a really good start. Half century came in 19 deliveries, and they've got more than enough power to come to get at least 200. This rate gets them to 196. They'll want more than that, especially if he remains. Hello, Andrew Leonard.
Good evening, Nikhil. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I think we're staring down the barrel of the highest total of the tournament as the 150s now come up. And also maybe the highest individual score too. Dwayne Smith holds that title at the moment with his 89. 87 it was, of course, that unlucky Australian number, 13 shy of the 100. So Gauss should go by that too, but I think you're right. They'd be disappointed with less than 200 from the position that they're in now.
Yeah, this has been a stellar knock from Andreas Gauss for a number of reasons. Yes, the boundary scoring is one, the fact that he's still there is another, but what I look at, 46 deliveries faced. Yes, the proficiency in finding the boundary, but just 8 dots. Continuously rotating strike, and that partnership with Mukhtar Ahmed, 119 between the two. Just add that to the many strokes we've seen today. This has been the day of Andreas Gauss.
So we get into the 90s for an individual score for the first time in this 2023 United States Premier League. Look at the power. It's brutal, isn't it? Fiercely struck down the ground. And Kane had to be on his toes there. Long on has now come significantly straighter. Moved about 5 yards to his left.
I wonder if an option, look at the placement. Long on came straight, he was able to just tuck it wide of that man. But I wonder if Gajanan Singh can employ a third man straight. You sometimes see for Kyron Pollard, Andre Russell, you've got long off, long on, and a man directly behind the bowler's arm because of the proficiency to hit the ball down the ground. All 4 of Gauss's maximums today have been straight back over the bowler's head. They just opt to leave long on and long off. Where does he go now in terms of the line? Maybe full and wide. He's got protection. Powerfully struck. No fielder could stop that. Gauss moves to 96. And that look says it all. 161 for 2. Just 4 away from that milestone, Andres Gauss, and the Eagles will need to be careful here. There's still 24 deliveries remaining in this innings. Titans have already gone past 160 and they've got 8 wickets in hand. Man for a crisis. Thought maybe Kesrick Williams. Instead, they're going to Dexter Sween. But this was the last ball of the last over. Continues to strike the ball down the ground. It's gone aerial that time. Did well there, Sankar, because he could have easily been taken out.
I think the disappointment is how poor the spinners have been for Carolina Eagles. Just the 5 overs of spin thus far, and they've gone for 55 runs.
There could be more runs. Deep covered as well. Just 2.
Yasser Mohammed didn't bowl that badly, but just the 1 over of Mahays, that went for 19. We saw spin absolutely dominate the first innings of game number 2 of the day, match 14 in total. Just wonder, have the spinners not learnt that the surface is a bit slower? Take the pace off the ball a bit more. Even Yasser Mohammed was very, very flat. He naturally is. He bowls darting. Haven't adjusted well to the conditions here, the Eagles. That's why the Titans are going so well.
And now Gauss will be on strike. That first 50 though, to me, was the most crucial because it came in the power play and just set the tone. 50 from 19 deliveries. They never looked back since. Could see 200, could see 210, maybe even 220. Dexter Sween has been expensive tonight, uncharacteristically.
He'd really deserve it if he can get there. He's 3 away now. Just a bit of tail, wasn't there, this time from Dexter Sween. Back in to House, and he's kept it nicely. Well, I think I know who that is on the right. He's had enough camera time for the day. Here's our co-commentator, getting a few dance moves out. Consistency as well through the acceleration, even though that's the slowest of the 350s.
And 3 overs after this, you expect Williams to bowl 2 of them. Sween has another. If he can finish this over well without conceding a boundary, those could be the 2 options for the final 3 overs. Hackett has been good today as well. Maybe him from the other end.
The problem is Kesrick Williams, who will be seen as their gun go-to bowler, the West Indies international. 2 overs, none for 27. And then those 5 combined overs of spin going for 55. Not good enough from the Eagles. Gauss 3 away from the century.
This is in the gap. Long off does well enough. Just keeps it to 2. 99 for Gauss.
It's been an innings of the highest quality, isn't it? Whether he gets there or not. definitely the best knock of this year's tournament. Sarav Netravalkar, he looks on approvingly. I think the Titans are living up a bit more today than they did yesterday to their billing of ours. We felt that they are the pre-tournament favourites, and with players like Aus, they could well be in the mix in the grand final come next Tuesday. I think Dexter Swain wants a change in the field. I thought he was bringing people up to try and cut off the single, but instead deep backward square leg is going to go back, and up comes deep backward point. Will it be the bouncer? Is it going to be the double bluff? Is he going to go up and look for the stumps? Gauss just a single away. Anywhere on the leg side will do it.
We'll get there. A masterful century for Andres Gauss, who continues to make a significant impact on cricket in the United States. Command and authority for this Titans team today could be such an important knot in the complexion of this tournament.
End of the 17th, 169 for 2.
First 100 in this year's edition of the USPL. And Gauss has just been dominant today, right from the onset. Questions about the surface and whether the ball would come onto the bat. Well, he's looked like he's batting on another planet, forget surface. And he still has 3 overs at his disposal, so they have to find a way to dismiss him. Right up there on the leaderboard.
Yeah, really putting down a marker, isn't he? Again, we don't know the exact qualification permutations. We think it might be at some point next year that he will be eligible to step into the Stars and Stripes of the United States. Surely, as he takes a liking to sing. Great effort from Mahays out there at long on to keep it to a single. I don't think quite Carey did it. But surely, Nikhil, if he's qualified, he's got to be in the mix for a T20 World Cup spot come June next year.
You know, his experience playing in South Africa, he will be a huge asset. He's played the last couple seasons of the T10 as well. One thing about this Eagles team, the youth that they have in the field is showed last night in that thrilling win. They saved a few runs because of their athleticism. Mahays, Sankar, Hackett, all 21 years of age and younger. Gajanan Singh, this is interesting from the captain. That's gone. Will be 6 of them from Dev Singh. About time, really, because he needs to support Gauss. Every run important now.
Really not sure why Gajanan Singh is bowling this over. The captain, he ploughs his own furrow, though. He does what he likes. You said perfectly he could have bowled Kesrick Williams overs 18 and 20. And then Cyan Hackett or Dexter Swain the 20th. But instead, for some reason that I'm not too sure about, he's decided to go to himself. They're pretty friendly, gentle little off breaks usually. Can be effective in the middle overs, can't they? But here at the death, oh, it's a real risk, particularly the 2 right-handers. He's already conceded a maximum from his second delivery.
Yeah, last night would have bowled that 20th over and defended 7, but very different circumstance. Just wondering if the thinking is the left-hander, but again, as you mentioned, he's not a big turner of the ball, so don't know how that matchup really works.
You're gonna have to talk me through this shot. They've got a short third and 2 backward points. You've just smashed it for 6 down the ground, and for some reason you go for a switch hit. Really don't quite get that, to be honest, but he's done the right thing now. He's got Gauss back on strike, and I think Gauss will go straight down the ground. I think he'll look at probably long on, maybe piercing what's quite a big gap between long on and a very wide long off. And with that natural angle around the wicket, run scoring opportunities here for Gauss.
He would have wanted to get a touch on it. just strikes the ball so powerfully. Ghost, you're always in danger. Whether you're the bowler, you're the umpire, be careful.
Well, it was the 12th fielder out there, wasn't it? The stumps that saved a boundary here. This was hit like a rocket. Ferocious. Look at the speed with which this was struck by Gauss. And in a flash, the stump's gone. And Brian Kane, for one, is very glad for that leg stump at the far side of the ground. Without that, I think that would have thudded into his legs. Not sure it was the greatest piece of backing up from Ryan Dev. Never left the crease, but as a consequence, couldn't be run out.
And just 10 from Skajanan Singh's first over, 179 for 2. What a day. A dream innings for Andres Gauss. 100, the first in this year's edition. And it was all about the start. First 50 came in 19 deliveries, a strike rate of 260. And then he's very selective in the middle overs with his stroke play and ensured he took the game as deep as possible. And now, giving his team a great chance to get 200. Dexter Sween into the attack and flies to the boundary straight away.
Well, the Eagles are being run ragged here. 200 plus is almost a guaranteed certainty from here. And a nice little cameo for me and Dev. He's come in and struck the ball pretty nicely. That's his second maximum. It's been all about this man, hasn't it, really? The thing I've been most impressed with, he's equally as proficient front and back foot. Obviously he loves it straight down the ground, but then if you drag it short to him, he will pull you away. For me, is clearly a product of playing on good, firm, hard wickets in South Africa. 60 first-class games down there. What a cricketer. This is the maximum. Little cutter picked up by Indev. Shorter side of the ground. Straight into the USPL advertising hoardings. Carolina Eagles are just waiting really now for this innings to end.
And I know we've spoken a lot about going into the pitch, but that's into the boundary. Andres Gauss picks up yet another 4. 190's breach now for the Titans.
Because of the power he possesses, shots like this, which aren't out of the middle of the bat by any stretch. Feel a little bit for Dexter Sween here, not a bad ball. Skews off an inside edge, the bat twists in his hands, but again, the slightly shorter side of the ground. And it runs away for 4. Got it just behind square in the end by the time it had run away to the boundary. House on fire, he may well end up with a red ink next to his name. Not out 2. The innings of the tournament thus far.
That is mammoth. The alarm bells are ringing for the Eagles. This is trouble caused by Andres Gauss. What a knock.
Well, someone's out there in the very end of the grandstand. Sween knew as soon as he hit it. Gauss just looked down at the wicket. This is a big hit, isn't it? Oh, he's a special player, this man. Look at that. That man there carrying his bottle of water, nearly got a souvenir to take home. One of the fans in enjoying the action. He saved the Carolina Eagles. Been an exhibition of batting here, all from this one man, Andries House.
Yeah, I really feel for the bowler here because no matter what he bowls, which line he bowls, he's been hit to the boundary. Couple deliveries straight. Now tried full and wide and still is able to find the boundary. It's been that type of night for him.
He's brought up the kind of 50 that you don't want to bring up. The 200 now up to the first 200 of the USPL 2023. Again, this isn't a bad delivery. He's actually nailed the wide block hole. You see here from the length. He's done very little wrong. It's right on the crease length. People who just say bowl Yorkers at the death, you won't get hit. Not necessarily true. Gauss might think of a single here to go ballistic in the final over.
Have to rebowl that one. And had a walk out there as well then, and there is a small hint of moisture. I wonder how much that's helped the surface. The ball tends to come on a bit better under the lights, so they'll be optimistic. Even though, yes, it's been a spectacular innings from Gauss, they have to believe they've got reinforcements as well in Jangir behind the stumps, who will feature probably at the top of the order. Good finish to the over, but it's a huge over. And Andreas Gauss is the chief destroyer. 2 for 2. Huge 19th over. Titans, how many more can they get in these last 6 deliveries? It's crazy to think. No Trevon Griffith, Aaron Jones, Harmeet Singh, Mohsin. So much batting pedigree not used. It's been all about Gauss. Now, Kesrick Williams has still only bowled 2 overs. He's been expensive today, so they've opted for the youngster. This is a tough time to bowl for 20-year-old Sion Hackett. 2 set batters at the crease who are going and finding the boundary with consistency. What's the plan here?
I just wonder, do the emotions of last night have a little bit to play in this, what's definitely been an under par bowling performance? They've tried their guts out in the field, no doubt. They've just been nothing like what they were yesterday in that super over victory. Not taking away from Gauss's innings in any way. He's been exceptional. Definitely the knock of the tournament. Carolina have been off the money. And this could be a very tricky final over.
It's well bowled because it's into the pitch and wide. Wanted 2 will be 1. It's a risk though, because you saw in that last over, Dexter Sweeney went full and wide and third was in the circle. They were able to get it in that area for a boundary. And again, I think it highlights the small margin of error on this surface for bowlers. It just seems to be coming on a bit better. If you go too short, it sits up. And we've seen Gauss play that pull into the leg side a number of times tonight. Just to notify the viewers, they don't have the luxury of having a deep point or a deep third because they've been penalized for slow over rate. So only 4 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle now.
Yeah, and I think the groundsmen are going to be so happy. They thought it was slowing up. But a delighted head coach and captain Harmeet Singh. This is a very fine side. I think he'll bowl better than the spinners of the Carolina Eagles. Harmeet Singh's 4 overs will be important. Just a quick word for Anderson Mahays. I think he's fielded outstandingly. The first ball of the over, he saved what was almost a certain 2. Very quick to the ball. It's been all about this man. Andrews House across the beautiful lights of Lauderhill in the background. The highest score of the tournament belongs to him. Could well end with a not out next to his name. Some good names on that list, isn't there? Gauss, Dwayne Smith, Raheem the Dream.
It's gotten it wide of long off. This has been good execution from Hackett, though, yet to concede a boundary with two batters in this type of flow. One man that will be very important tonight is Cheyenne Jangir, USA middle order batter, having a great year in international cricket, in for the team in his first game today.
How good an over has this been? Credit to Cyan Hackett. In amongst the carnage, the wreckage, if you will, of the other bowlers' figures. You see those after this ball. He stood up here. I know he doesn't have a wicket to his name, but if he can get out of this over without a boundary, well, he's going to go for less than 30 then in the spell. And given that the Titans have posted over 200 and Gauss has struck at very nearly 200, it may well end up being in excess of that with a boundary from this last ball. Well, credit to Hackett. He has somehow stemmed the carnage from House. Final ball of the innings. The Titans, the highest score of the tournament already.
And he finishes the over well, Cyan Hackett, just 20 years old. What a last over from him. But it means then, because of Andreas Gauss and his brilliance, that the Titans cross the 200 mark on what seems to be a tiring surface, post a very competitive 209 for 2. What a spectacular innings from Andreas Gauss, though. 120 unbeaten from 61 deliveries, 12 maximums and 12 boundaries, 5 maximums, and again just 8 dots faced.
Well, how beautiful a shot was that? Dexter Sween, who's been smashed everywhere by House, and every single player in this Carolina Eagles side, all 11 of them now have gone to Gauss to congratulate him and say how amazing an innings was that. That's lovely to see. Great spirit of cricket on show here at the USPL 2023, and we've seen the innings of the tournament by a distance. Follow him off, guys, because he has been sensational. Different class, to be honest, to even the best of Dwayne Smith and Raheem Cornwall that we've seen so far in this tournament. He has put his name up in lights under the floodlights here at the Broward County Stadium. What a knock we've seen. 17 boundaries in just 61 balls, 120 not out.
They lost Noman Anwar early, but we're still able to get to 72 in the power play, and it's because of Andreas Gauss. Struck out over 250 in that power play. We got good support from Mota Ahmed, who managed the situation well, got to his half century, and then Ian Dave Singh getting a viable contribution. And all that batting pedigree not used. A very strong Titans team this. What a knock and what a night for Andreas Gauss. Started well. Situational awareness though, after starting and maximizing the power play. Just took his foot off the accelerator, rotated strike superbly, and when he was given the chance, capitalized.
Just that little part of the package there shows you his strengths, both straight down the ground when it's full, and then more over deep mid-wicket when it's short. Particularly good on the drives and the pulls. Such a good innings, an innings of the highest quality. And amongst the wreckage of these figures, Shiva with 2 for 33 and young Cyan Hackett with none for 26. Definitely the picks. A little surprised to see only the 2 overs from Kesrick Williams. 209 on the board. Well, the Titans, they have been nothing short of sensational. It's going to be 210 required to win. For the Carolina Eagles, they are going to need to play ever so well. They'll need something special from Gajanand Singh and Cheyenne Jahangir in particular. Can they do it? Back with all the action very shortly indeed.
Day 5 of the US Premier League has come to a climax in match 15. Live from the Broward County Stadium in Florida. Harmeet Singh's team well ahead at this stage, 209 for 2 in their 20 overs after winning the toss. Mike Hazeman's alongside me. Mike, what did you make of this innings led by Andres Gauss?
Absolutely sensational. Wicket was first up. As we look at the highlights, though, that was a terrific start for the Eagles. They thought they were going nicely at that stage, but they didn't know what was to come. A first wicket partnership of 144 between Gauss and Mukhtar was just sensational. I thought that Gauss was absolutely brilliant. Really played some magnificent shots. Mukhtar also played some great shots. There's no doubt that Gauss is the star of the show with that superb 100. Ended up with 120 of 61 deliveries. That was 50 at that stage. He was long way from finished there. Ended up with 12 fours, 5 sixes as well. Mukhtar 51 off 41 deliveries. He played a really good hand as well because he stepped on the gas after Gauss went to his 50. And these two guys had a great time. They really enjoyed themselves. And their runs galore. They were just chasing leather, I'm afraid, were the Carolina Eagles. And the Titans were just slapping it left, right and centre. It's just amazing all the shots they played. That was the wicket of Mukhtar. And Gauss continued. Really amazing. A couple of strong drives, straight drives. That was 3 figures. And he thought he'd just play a couple of other shots to just keep us happy as well, just to finish off as they went past that 200 mark. 209 for 2 it was. 120 not out, 61 balls. The best we've seen by a distance in this tournament. Magnificent work in the USPL. Outstanding for Gauss. Eagles need 210 runs to win. That is going to be some chase if they get up and do this. In 20 overs, conditions are ideal here in Lauderhill in Florida. So they need to get a really good start, and then someone's going to have to step on the gas dramatically to get past that 200 mark as a team collectively, and they've got to make sure they get really good partnerships. The pitch is good. There's nothing wrong with the pitch. Yeah, it might be slowing down a fraction, but there's nothing wrong with it because you can't score 210 or 209 for 2 off 20 overs going at 10.45 if it's not a good surface. Carolina Eagles will still remember their performance this time last night, a bit later actually. Last night, when they won that super over, came back brilliantly in the main game, forced the super over and then won the super over. So that was extraordinary work from them. So they'll want to continue this. The New Jersey Titans, if they happen to go up today, they will then move to 2nd spot on the table, which will be an amazing performance because they're right towards the bottom at this stage. The Eagles are out there, they're ready.
Yeah, Rajdeep Darbar, who's got 2 really good scores in this tournament in his first 2 innings, will be very important. Last night, in a similar situation, got 75 from just 38 deliveries, is struggling with a bit of injury, so it'll be interesting to see how that affects the way he goes about things. At the other end is reinforcements. Bit of a slow start for Stephen Cutwaru last night, so today they've gone with Cheyenne Jangir. Came in today as a replacement player for the Eagles side. We all have seen what he's capable of doing at the beginning of the innings, as well as in the middle. Got his first one-day international century earlier this year. Jangir plays for the USA. That was in the World Cup qualifiers against Nepal. Zia ul Haq, left arm seam. And likely you'll see 2 left arm seamers to start this innings. Netravalkar and ul Haq, but just a couple of wickets a couple of days ago. Can swing the ball back in from over the wicket to the right hander.
Well, the Eagles have got to make sure they don't lose any wickets right at the top. Got to make sure they get a really good opening stand, if not right at the top when they're batting. Certainly 1st and 2nd, I would imagine, wickets. That's what they've got to do, get a really big partnership, because they've got to go at 10.5 runs and over, and you've got to be there and thereabouts from the start if you're chasing a huge total.
Singh does well. You can see immediately Zia Hat is looking for that shape back into the right-hander. Didn't get it on that delivery. Haven't seen a lot of lateral movement here.
We didn't see any swing in the first couple of days of this tournament at all. Tonight and today, earlier today also, we saw a little bit of swing. This is nice to see from Zia Hat, just coming back nice, just curving back in towards that off stump.
What a start to the tournament for Rajdeep Darbar. As the leading run scorer coming into today, 40 in the first game, then masterful 75 last night. Came a long way across, finger goes up. Not a tall man either, so that would have been the bigger problem. Eagles are in trouble early.
Yeah, that's adjacent. That's in front. That's a very good delivery from Zia Hat. Early breakthrough for the Titans. That's what they wanted to do after posting that huge total. Let's have a look at the mat. You'll see it comes back in towards him. Yeah, that's out. Hits the pad, then hits the bat, I think. And he's on his way, so that's a really important start for the New Jersey Titans. Up goes that dreaded digits as far as the batsman's concerned. Didn't seem too happy though. Darbar goes 1 for 1.
Skipper Gajanan Singh comes in at number 3. Realizing the need for quick runs, he's promoted himself up the order. Got 40 yesterday, Singh.
Importantly, just watch this ball curve back in towards the right hand. That's the important thing about it, just moves back in there. No problem whatsoever with that decision.
You can see there, with this hard new ball, it tends to be a bit too paced on this surface. That one really skid through.
Bit of extra bounce. This is the time to bat. That ball's nice and hard. It might be swinging a little bit, but when it's nice and hard, it comes crisply off the bat. So at the top of the innings, you can look to control things when you're chasing that massive target. If you happen to not go at around 8 and over in the first over, suddenly that run rate required escalates after 1 over. Then it keeps going. You've got to play catch up to get it back on track, and that becomes very hard.
On the right side. And these two in the middle are more than capable. I know 210 is a huge ask, but they were the only 2 USA players to get hundreds in the World Cup qualifiers earlier this year. Gajanan Singh got it against the West Indies, Jahangir against Nepal. Both spent a lot of time at the crease together internationally in the last 12 months. An excellent start for the Titans, defending 209. 3 for 1. you missed it and you're now joining us, Titans got up to 209. It shows you that their runs on offer, even on the surface that's been used now for 5 matches.
And with that total on the scoreboard, 3 runs off the first over and losing a wicket as well, is not a great start for the Carolina Eagles.
Impact player will be Saurabh Netravalkar into the attack. Opened the bowling yesterday. So 2 left arm seamers from each end. Started from over the wicket as well. Down the track, hasn't really got it, but because we're in the power play, that man was at deep third, gets away with it.
I think Gurjanath Singh's got to do that. He's the sort of guy that can enforce things. He's wanting to go straight, as he showed with that practice shot. 3 men were converging on that delivery. That's how high it went. No one got there in the end, but he's got to tee off a little bit, I'm afraid, because he's someone that can get him out of the blocks really quickly. Play nicely against this attack. Took on the responsibility yesterday in the end of the T20 game.
To the left hand, expect Netravalkar to start the ball very straight. Doesn't want to give width to Gurjanath Singh, and with that angle and the outswing to the left hander, naturally will gain away movement. So now to Jahangir, the plan changes. He's very strong on his legs, Jahangir, with the flicks. Plays the pull shot well. And against the seamers, the hook shot, you could even say. So it's also why they've got the man in front of square on the leg side, as opposed to fine leg. It's right of screen there. The other one is deep third. Slip in place as well. Netravalkar and Jahangir, both teammates in that USA team.
That's beautifully bowled, Netravalkar. Terrific delivery. Holding its line. Very nicely bowled. Getting past that outside edge.
To be honest, didn't see too much of that length last night, but that is his bread and butter, if you want to say, because Netravalkar likes to hit a good length, likes to hit the seam, can get the ball to just nip around. And just again seemed to have skid through. That's a chance. Always tough to take the return catches, but Netravalkar will put that down as an opportunity.
I spoke about this earlier today. It is something they do practice, those sharp return catches. It went straight back at him, so his head is really nowhere. He's not balanced at all. He's in the middle of his follow through. He hasn't gathered his balance in any way, and suddenly it's hammered straight back in his direction, so it's hard to focus on it as it comes back so quickly. The way they do the drills is they'll get someone to run past. He'll run up and bowl a delivery. Someone will be about 8 yards in front of him, throw a tennis ball at him as he is completing his follow through as hard as they can to try and get him to catch that ball. That's how they practice those drills, how they can get sharper in those follow throughs, so that sometimes it's a free catch, of course.
It's been flat batted down the ground. Won't get to the boundary though, just a couple for Singh. Need some more of that intensity though. Even if they're not finding the boundary, need that impetus.
Six runs off this over. Just 3 off the first over and 6 off this so far. Just keep an eye on that net run rate and let you know how it escalates. they don't step on the gas and start going at around about 8 or so per over. Correction, the run rate required.
Yeah, you can't give him width. And it's a real spoiler to what was a good over from Nachavalkar. End of 2, 13 for 1.
Focus on that table for a bit and focus on the New Jersey Titans, who are the favourites, of course, to win this after posting that 209. If they win this, they get 2 points. They go to 5. They'll end up going to spot number 2. So they'll suddenly go from number 6 to number 2. That's how much they will move with just one game now. And that's the likely result at this stage, unless someone plays out of their shoes.
That is amazing. Just pick up again, showing strength on the legs. Can't bowl too straight to him.
Yeah, it's a beautiful pickup. Very clean hitter. Hit the advertising triangle on the full. So that's going to be 6 runs, I think. It's the grass and the advertising triangle. It's only 4, but if it's on the cushion on the full, it's 6, which is what I think it did. I think it's hit on the full. Yeah, 6 it is.
It went pace off that time. And what we've seen from the last 2 deliveries, the boundary in the last over and now the 6, that's the strength of these two. For Gajanan Singh, wants width, thrives on width, and for Jangir, anything too straight to him, he will capitalize. And on varying lengths as well, whether it's full, he's very strong on the hook shot as well.
He played that so easily. That pickup shot, superbly played, well in front of square.
Harmeet Singh under it. He was in the circle, so tough to get there, but you just see that the ball tends to just hold up in the surface.
He just stopped his shot as well. I mean, he thought at one stage he was in the game there. Yeah, he's thinking now, should have tried and gone through with that a little bit stronger rather than just hold that shot. Yeah, just try to punch it really, but not a full punch.
One of the strengths of Gajanan Singh, very prolific through that offside. And Nachavalkar, it was such a good over. Hadn't conceded a boundary until just searched. He's had a good tournament as well, Singh. 45 in the first game in quick time, then 40 last night in just 28 deliveries. It's tough to replicate every night in a tournament of this nature, but one of the few international players in this tournament, so there will be that expectation.
Strike rate's been really good too. Very positive stuff from Gajanan Singh. The responsibility with the ball when it mattered too last night.
Will be a boundary. A great way again to finish the over. It's a big over. 17 from it. Correction, 13 from it. 26 for 1.
Captain, 3 minutes down. 3 minutes down. Just give us 5 minutes to rest, please. Thank you. 1 minute, please.
.23 from the last 2 overs. We're back a bit. And all of a sudden, they're right where they need to be. This partnership is of utmost importance. Jahangir is a huge boost to this batting lineup. It's quite similar, but remember, they had a huge flourish in that last 5. Keep that at the back of your mind. Oh, put down again. Mohsin will be livid that he's put that one down. This is the wicket they need.
He's not the only one. Bowler will be most annoyed as well. That should have been swallowed. It's hit pretty well, but straight to him. Catch that pretty much 98 out of 100, I reckon.
And the reason why they'll want to break this partnership, they would have seen the game last night where the Eagles, after Darbar was dismissed, it was just a capitulation. Went really slowly in the middle and then lost 4 wickets for just 38 runs at the back end. Don't have as much depth or experience, really. Think about Hackett, Kanchi, and Garanshu Sharma. Quite young and inexperienced. So these two have to do a lot of the weight pulling if they're to get over the line.
Now the dot ball, this is really good stuff. Drop catch and then 3 dot balls in a row. Dot ball would have hurt. The 2, correction, the drop catch would have hurt. The last 2 dot balls would have hurt the batting side. Just have a look at the when the information bar comes up about this innings. Come on, he's saying, get back there. Look at that bottom line in the middle there. Carolina Eagles need 184 runs from 99 deliveries. That's a tough call. Brilliant. 4 dots. Right, now the batsmen are going to do something a little bit extravagant, I'm sure, with 2 balls to go. They can't afford to lose a wicket. That's the most important thing as far as they're concerned. But they're going to have to try and get a boundary, certainly off one of these last 2, if not both.
All 4 deliveries have been just short of a good length. Jahangir hasn't been able to pierce the gap. He's found those 2 point fielders left of screen a number of times in this over. Is Nachavalka going back there, or is he changing it? Maybe going a touch fuller. Mid on. Oh, what a grab. That is sensational to get the wicket, and it was the build-up of pressure. 4 dots leading to the wicket. Excellent work from Javon Searles.
Yeah, that's a magnificent catch. Now you realize the batsmen are looking for a boundary. As a fielder, you will know that there's a chance with that particular delivery coming. So you need to be on your toes, and he was, literally. Had to be, otherwise he wouldn't have taken the catch. Fine grab. Wasn't out of the middle. They had to leap at exactly the right time. He did. That's outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. Magnificent grab. Well done, Sills. That is superb. His teammates absolutely loved that one. Yohanga's not going to love it though. 26 for 2.
Granshu Sharma, quiet start to the tournament. But we know what he's capable of. He's played a lot of cricket at on a 19 level for the USA.
He's capable of hitting that last ball in a super over for 6. We know that as well. To win the game. Did that last night. That was absolutely superb the way he did that. Correction, Sharma was coming in next.
Wicket maiden to wrestle the momentum back in the favour of the Titans. 26 for 2. Yeah, not a lot to come in terms of experience. Sicharan, Anderson, Mahez, Dexter Sween, Hackett. Young players. So these two, the onus is on them, especially skipper Singh. We just saw Searles with brilliance in the field. Now have an opportunity with ball in hand. It's been expensive in the tournament so far. The right time as well, because a new man is at the crease.
That run rate required has now gone to 11.5. Just been the one really good over for the Eagles at this stage.
You can't afford to give Gajanan Singh any whiff. Will make you pay.
Any day of the week he'll do that. He dines out on those deliveries. He'll slap them away in that offside for a boundary. Only 2 men allowed outside the circle in the first 6 overs. That is bread and butter for him.
Would have thought. With Searles starting from around the wicket, the plan is to bowl straight. Internationally, teams have done that to Singh. Frustrated him. Just happy to give him the single down to deep mid-wicket because of that fluency and the want to find the boundary. Yeah, that line there, but now overcorrects. Away with it. With an offer again.
So it's been a mixed bag, really, in the fielding side of things. Very early there was one that was hit back at the bowler. Then there was one hit to Mosen at mid-wicket. And then there was a magnificent catch by the man that's bowling at the moment, Searles. Back live now, that's picked up. And that's superbly played. That's gone for 6. That's a fine shot. So Searles is just struggling a little bit now. Bounce off the first ball, overcompensating with this line, and that one was picked up superbly for 6.
Slightly predictable with this angle from Javon Searles. Not often you'll see him put pace on the ball, mainly uses these variations. Gajanan Singh knows it's going to be straight and just size that one up. Again, you're seeing that small margin of error on this surface. You go too short, it just sits up.
He had so much time to pick that off.
Got it straight enough this time as well. Oakfield is on the heavier side, gets there. What an over this is turning out to be. 15 now from the first 4.
Yeah, Searles is really struggling here. Took a brilliant catch. First ball of this over went for 4. First ball of his spell it was. Then a wide down the leg side, a 6, and then a 4. So it's expensive so far. Exactly what the Carolina Eagles wanted.
No makes a change in field. Deep point comes into the circle. Long on goes back. So both fielders are deep on the leg side. Much better length.
I think it's worth just having all that catch again from Searles. It was absolutely brilliant. He had to time his jump perfectly. He's a big lad, and it was absolutely magnificently timed. Look how high he leapt. That is superb, really good. His teammates absolutely loved that one. Fine grab.
36 years young. He's picked it up well, but they do have that added protection in the leg side. So a decent finish to what was a huge over, or is it? I think Singh should be home. We will have a check though.
I can hear House in the background saying, I think it's safe. I'm pretty sure it was safe. He was motoring as he came back. Running very quickly. It's a very good return. Back to House. But sliding the bat, it's a great technique. Really good work from Gajran Singh.
And it ends what is a huge over and much needed for the Carolina Eagles. 1 to go in the power play. It's 43 for 2.
$53 for 1, the Titans at this stage. Now Carolina Eagles in reply are 43 for 2. Still an over left to complete the first power play. An important over coming up.
Well, are we going to be in for some fireworks here? That's the big question. Whilst Gajanan Singh is at the crease, the Carolina Eagles will keep hopes alive in this game. It's a huge ask. Required run rate up at nearly 2 runs per delivery. Over 200 chases don't happen too often in T20 cricket, but the ball has been coming on pretty nicely under the lights. A definite change from the middle game of the day. Can someone support Gajanan Singh, the skipper?
Can't get that single. Very itchy Goranshu to get off that mark of 0. Two dot balls now. Gajanan was sensational at the time he got an opportunity with a bat in hand before Rain Bale played spoiled sport. Now he's got off to a great start, 29 of 15. I think that innings would have given him the confidence and the much needed game time before a game of this kind where he's chasing a huge target. Goranshu will not get that run.
Yeah, 3 consecutive dots from Netravalkar. They've gone with the risk of bowling a 3rd consecutive of the former American national team captain in the power play, but I think that's a byproduct of the position that they're in. Huge total on the board. It's Been a good over thus far. Sharma just keeps picking the fielders. Pressure builds on him. None off 4.
Earlier in the day, Adil Bhatti got 3 on the trot. This is much better. Goranch is trying to use his wrist and open up the leg side for him. Finding only fielders at the moment. Ian Dave not behind the wickets. No gloves today for him. Gajanand Singh.
Yeah, this was yesterday. 40 off 28. I thought he batted beautifully. Just has this brilliant ability to get the ball into funny areas, hitting the ball where fielders aren't. I know that sounds simplistic, but it really isn't.
Goranch gets it nicely from the middle of the bat. This will fly away and give him a lot of confidence. What a way to open the account eventually. That'll bring the pressure down as well after 4 dot balls.
Something had to give, didn't it? It was really almost either a wicket or a boundary. He's a lovely tall batter to watch. He's full of potential, Garanshu Sharma. He's probably never quite delivered on that on a very consistent basis. He's got all the attributes, doesn't he? Tall frame, he's athletic, languid style and a full flow of the bat, and that is not a small hit. Could be in for some fireworks under the floodlights over the course of the final hour of the day. It's a tall task, no doubt. Can they show some fight?
Good slower delivery. Great comeback indeed. Loving this battle at the end of the first power play. 49 for 2.
Captain, 3 minutes down. In the power play.
The first power play ends. The second one begins. Avi Gangopadhyay signaling the same. New Jersey Titans at this stage were 72 for 1. Thanks to Andres Khaus and Mukhtar, who were treating the ball with no mercy. Carolina Eagles 49 for 2 in reply. Mohsin it's going to be to roll his arm over. Mohsin is very ready. He's got a one that skids on as well, under lights with a little bit of dew on a track which has seen a lot of cricket today. Would be an interesting battle ensuing against Gajanand, who's got to go for the big shots because the required rate's 11.5. He's put a catch down as well. Will it rile him up a little bit? Sensible from Gajanand Singh. If it's not there to be hit, don't make it a dot ball. Gajanand Singh, his presence itself is going to be something that will add that extra bit of pressure on the opponents. 50 comes up with that single.
Lots of fresh tattoos on the arm of Garanshu Sharma. He was with them in Nepal earlier in the year, in January. Don't think he had them then. And he's certainly someone who can fly that American flag around the world. Hasn't played, I don't think, internationally since under-19 days. A long time ago. Into his mid-20s now. Needs to use something like a USPL this year, 2023, as a platform, as a springboard, if you will.
Oh, couldn't stop. And the second line of defense will be Saurabh Netravalkar, who's done well to keep it in play. It's important that he hasn't hurt himself in the process. Seems to be a little iffy now. All right. Just for a moment, I thought he was hobbling. Is it the outfield?
Yeah, just a very heavy aspect to the outfield. Basically anywhere outside of the sort of 10 yards past the 30-yard circle.
Oh, good delivery. This one had a very different angle at which It came to Gajanan Singh, slightly round armish. It's working for Mohammad Mohsin. Round armish gets a little difficult for the batter to get underneath and go for the elevated shot as well. Mixing it up wonderfully, Mohammad Mohsin. Just love that angle and the pace at which it's coming in as well. It's not easy to cut away unless you're one man in this beautiful country. And we'll tell you at the next over. 53 for 2 after 7. $209 for 2 New Jersey Titans. Carolina Eagles 53 for 2 in reply. 157 to get in 78 balls is a long way. And that's what the line in blue, in light blue, is suggesting. Still a lot of cricket to be played here for Carolina Eagles to get even close. Good partnerships required while timing their aggression really well. Captain Gajanan Singh still out there. Gorancho has shown a sign of hitting sixers already. Good news for Carolina Eagles. We were talking about who plays the cut shot better in this country. With a point, with a backward point and a third man slightly wide, there was Sami Aslam, who played a cut shot every time and still got 4. And those were quick deliveries. Very difficult. That's a skill indeed.
I think we just saw the reserve umpire working with Brian Kane to say Aaron Jones, the American vice captain, not allowed on as a subfielder. Reason why, I think he's been impact player subbed out. So he's been the one who's been replaced. So poor old Aaron Jones won't have anything to do for the rest of the night.
Well, that's a good pickup. And a lovely region as well to score runs. Will he get 4 for it? Seems so. He does indeed. Oh, what a good shot. Wrist work, brilliant. Just get a feeling there's something Kohli-like about Goranchu and not just the tattoos.
Yeah, nice whip of the wrists here. Just gets it a long way behind square, which is why he gets good reward. Fielder got a good line on it, see, he'll hack to his weaker side and ends up in the advertising hoardings in the Toblerone.
He's searching for it, Zia. You were there just a moment ago. Oh, that's a good shot. Javon Sills is given the room required for Gorancho to cut this time around. The flick has come out, the cut has come out, a lofted hit over long on has come out. Gorancho's looking great.
Yeah, game on here. Game on in a big way. All of a sudden, the floodlights of in this evening game made this surface back to the batting paradise that we know it is. And runs flying around the ground.
And now we'll hold his shape. And that white ball is growing smaller and smaller in the dark, vast sky. Great camera work to capture it. 446 is a brilliant language. Gorancho continues to speak.
This is what we said. Somebody had to support Gajanan Singh. And that is a beautiful stroke. Like I said earlier, is all the tools, all the assets to be a very good player. It was overpitched, yes, but it wasn't a half volley by any stretch. Hit, if anything, a little bit on the up and all the way, as glorious as you'll imagine, from Gorancho Sharma.
Pure timing and class from Gorancho Sharma. 446. What a start to the over. Good comeback by Javon by taking pace off this time around. This partnership 41 in quick time. The reason being Gorancho has started to apply pressure as well. Required rate still 11.5. It's going to remain that way. Oh, very risky. And he's going to push for 2 as well. This is excellent cricket from Gorancho Sharma and Gajanan Singh. If the ball's not there to be hit, try and convert the single into two. Turning out to be a very big over. 16 of it already with a ball to go.
And already Javon is getting the treatment. 33 off just the 11 deliveries he's bowled. He's going at 3 a ball. Good running this time for the 2.
Will he push for 2 again? Gajanan's not responding for 2. Travan Griffith's one of the best in the business when it comes to fielding. Look at that direct hit. Might have not been a necessity. 8 overs gone. 70 for 2. New Jersey Titans winning the toss. 209 for 2 is what they put up on the board. Carolina Eagles are 70 for 2 in 8 overs. $140 required in the next 72 deliveries. Great glimpse of hope from Carolina Eagles' perspective with Goranshu Sharma starting off well. He took 6 deliveries to score his first run. But when it came, it rained 6s and 4s. 24 of 14, and Gajanan Singh 32 of 20. Harmeet Singh, the skipper, decides to introduce himself. Now 2 men who also met in Nepal.
Let's run past it now, Harry.
Under edge. It hasn't totally disobeyed him, otherwise could have hit timber.
I think if the Titans are going to win this game, it just won't be Gauss's century that will be the difference. It will be these spells from the spinners. Remember the first innings, we saw 5 overs of spin go for 55. So Harmeet Singh with his quality, Mohammad Mohsin with his 2 different kinds of spinners, a left arm orthodox and a right arm leg spinner with lots of googlies. That will be the winning of the game for the Titans.
He's keeping it nice and wide in the air. Taken. It's taken. It's one of the best catches today. We've already seen a brilliant one from Seals. Now this one from Rahman. Goranshu Sharma cannot believe it. Someone check for a jetpack under that jersey.
Sensational. This is world class. That's how good this
Rajdeep departed first ball. Jahangir departed for 11. Looked very scratchy after 2 drop catches. The third one was taken. Javon taking a brilliant catch. Now Gajanan 32 or 20 is stranded as Goranshu has walked back owing to a sensational take from Rahman. Harmeet has picked up a wicket and he's done so before conceding a run. What a start.
Well, the wicket's going to say it was Harmeet Singh's bowling, but really it's all about one man. Raymond Dar, he leapt to prominence in American cricket 2 years ago. He's the leading run scorer at the USA Cricket Under-19 National Championships, playing for the Southwest Zone there. I think he won the batting award at that tournament, but it's his fielding that has leapt into the sky to light up. Sensational effort. I think it's going to be hard for us to get across just how good this was. Leaping quickly to his left. Cyan Hackett, man, he's in at number 5.
Terrific. He's played all around it, Cyan Hackett. This is a class apart from Harmeet Singh. Considering giving away a run a crime, picking up a wicket, and also writing a thank you note to Rahman, who picked up that catch. Brilliant. Oh, well, House has been very sharp behind the wickets. Very effective in front of it too. Slip in place now. Wants to go for the kill there. Harmeet Singh has figured out the exact spot to be landing the ball today. He was here a couple of months ago as well. And I had a chat with him before this game began. A couple of days back, rather. He said the game tends to change because underlights, the ball skids a little bit more. Good change in pace too. A wicket maiden for Harmeet Singh, the skipper. 9 gone, 70 for 3.
Right.
70 for 3. And this is how the third wicket fell. Himanshu had to go for that shot. He didn't factor in that Rahman can fly.
Yeah, it's a blur, isn't it? That's how quickly it's got there. Come back and get another look in a moment. See if we can get one more look at this. Stunning. Gajanan Singh just cramping up. Rahman Dar, 21 years of age. This is as good as you'll see. Like Superman across to his left. Unbelievable. Odell Beckham Jr. of the NFL, eat your heart out. Wasn't needed with the bat today, Rahman Dar.
Had to go for the big shot, and this is growing wings. This will be 6. Gajanan, he's got to continue the attack from one end.
Good strike. Slog sweep. Long on in place, doesn't matter. This one's gone a long way. Nicely struck. One of the things I love about this United States Premier League 2023, it gives someone like Rahman Dar a chance to shine again. Gajanan Singh too, big shot for 6. He's at that age. You get a lot of player drop off, 20 to 24. They've got all the programs and the pathways through youth cricket up through under 15s, 17s, 19s, and they stick with it. Then you can get into a void of not getting to play a huge amount. Competitions like this so important. A moment of magic from Rahman Dar, one he won't forget.
Can't get a run this time. Just opening the face of the bat. Gajanan, he makes his own angles. Gets into lovely positions. 6 of the second delivery. And there might be a 6th, 4th one too. Yes, it is. If you drop it short, the batter will ensure that it's dropped beyond the ground.
Really good batting. I adore watching Gajanan Singh operate. He's got such fond memories of this ground. I think he's picked the googly there. Dragged down a little bit too. Shorter side. Thanks for coming. Whilst he is still there, we got a game on. Obviously that wicket of Sharma was hugely momentum changing. Alongside the wicket was the maiden that went with it. Beautifully bowled by the left arm spinner. If Singh's still there in 6 or 8 overs time, I think the Eagles are still going to be in this chase. It's a massive task, I know that. But that's how good Gajanan Singh is. He's been brilliant this tournament. Striking at nearly 200, 7 boundaries already.
This shouldn't have gone through, but it is going through indeed. Excellent. 16 of the over now. Ball to go.
Well, apologies for those with very good hearing. You might have heard an errant word or two from a none too pleased keeper. Rahman Dar has been wrong-footed by the spin. Look at this. Again, it's the ability of Singh to find the gaps. He's so good at it. Big over this one.
Good comeback. This was quicker. At the halfway stage, 86 for 3, the Eagles. And it's going to be drinks.
The Carolina Eagles and their hopes resting with Captain Gajanan Singh. It's been a fascinating 10 overs in this run chase so far. Suhas Vedam. What have you made of it?
A mixed bag for NJ Titans before Harmeet got himself to ball. Gajanan Singh has been sensational because every time they've pulled to him, he's got the elevation. Jahangir was a little scratchy for his 11. Then this was Sills, who's just missing a cape there. Gajanan's continued the cutting best, the pulling best, and was particularly brilliant straight down the ground. And once he got a little support from Goranshu Sharma, he believed that he can keep the attack on. This, for me, was shot of the day from Goranshu, holding a pose as well, but little did he realize Rahman Dar can fly. Gajanan continued the assault, and he's got to do so with 12 and over required. 86 for 3 at the halfway stage.
Yeah, Hackett is a power hitter. He's renowned in the Caribbean for his big hitting ability. What a way to get off the mark.
Great shot. I think he's just continuing from where he left off yesterday. Was called in the super over with a bat in hand. 1 ball 4 required. Smashed the sticks. And now he's invited Harmeet. First ball, that's in his slot. Hackett doesn't miss out. It's the first run that Harmeet's conceded in 7 deliveries.
Goes again. This time though, picks out the fielder. Was really curious to see how he would play the situation. He's tried to go big a couple of times and Harmeet Singh strikes back.
Good work by Harmeet Singh. Unfazed by the 6. Inviting him to accept another gift. Turned up being Jack in the box. Did not get the timing he wanted, did not get the distance he wanted. And long off will snaffle this quite comfortably. Captain Harmeet has been nothing but sensational ever since he's come onto ball today. Sion Hackett walks back for 6, 92 for 4.
Promotion up the order for Yasser Mohammed, the leg spinner. Gajanan Singh is going so well at the other end. Needs a partner though. Understand the need to get boundaries, but still within touching distance of that asking rate, which has hovered around 12 the last couple of overs.
Good comeback by Harmeet Singh. This is after being hit away for 6. It's the cushion that the target allows as well. He's so quick between the deliveries. He'll try and get you that again though. Now this is after the fact that he was hit away for 6. Still a lot of flight. No real timing there, and he's comfortably taken it. It's not like he had to edge at the boundary rope. Try and find out about his balance. No, very comfortable.
To the left-hander, he's going much quicker. Smart choice of ends though, because bowling from this end, Singh will be hitting into the bigger side of the ground. 2 away from a half century. Tell you what this spell though from Harmeet Singh has shown is the need for quality spin in your team. The Eagles will look at their lineup and say maybe they're missing a quality spinner. Mohammed, who's at the crease, went for some runs today. They only bowled 5 overs of spin and went at 11 runs per over. Has he got a touch on it? Yes, he has. A double strike for Harmeet Singh, the captain, and you think, could that be the final nail? Wicket to end the 11th.
Taken. House didn't have to do much. Just accept that little gift. Wasn't a very thick edge either. 11 gone, 95 for 5, and the 5th wicket falls in the shape of Yasser Mohammed.
All around the decks, the Sween comes to the middle. They've now lost 3 wickets for just 25 runs, the Eagles. Captain Gajanan Singh is still there, so their hopes are still alive, but wickets are falling rapidly. Spin from both ends. Norman Anwar now bowling some off spin.
Comes up for Gajanan Singh in just 28 deliveries. His has been the only contribution that continues the fight. He needs to be not just a lone ranger. He's got to find some support in Dexter too. But for the moment, Gajanan Singh has notched up another brilliant half century with 5 boundaries and 3 magnificent sixes. And he's got to continue to do that for a while, with his team tottering at 96 for 5 and the target humongous.
If you come tight, you gotta go straight there, yeah. Perfect.
Similar to Sion Hackett, Dexter Sween is someone who likes to target maximums. Doesn't really stick around. So given the situation, yes, they need almost 13 and over. Anwar was the only man appealing, and it's been given. Dexter Sween is trying to indicate he's got back on it. Theatre out in the middle. It's all happening in the last couple of overs.
Sween can only afford a wry smile. The finger that matters has risen. Norman has been introduced. Norman picks up a wicket too. Carolina Eagles are getting their wings chopped off once again. After an unbelievable game last night, they had to derive confidence from this. There was an inside edge indeed. Norman Anwar was the sole man appealing, but that was enough. His appeals do not go by decibel levels. Umpire reckons that would have struck, but a bit of that. 96 for 6, 11.2 overs gone.
Sachin Sicharan comes to the middle. Was part of this competition in season 1. Was in the runs as well. Averaged close to 40. One ball last night, and you can just sense the pressure's on. Tense out there. 3 wickets now lost in the last 2 overs. He's employed a slip as well, Harmeet Singh. This is the wicket. Was their bat involved?
It's only Narayan that's here. No one else in the world. No one. Impossible.
Lone appeal was enough. There was an inside edge indeed. Before Sween could recover from that, the finger had risen, so he's got to walk. It's a first ball duck for him. Nothing going Carolina Eagles' way today.
Anwar was the only man appealing to his benefit in the end. It's been a tiring day for the Eagles in the field and now with the bat. 96 for 6. Yeah, the collapses have been a trend for this Eagles batting lineup. Saw it last night, seeing it again here. Harmeet Singh continuing. Full toss, a gift for Gajanan Singh, who mined all the wickets at the other end, is still carrying on.
As simple as it gets. The poor deliveries have been few and far in between as far as Harmeet is concerned, but when it arrives, Gajanan showed it the direction. 100 comes up to that boundary, and Gajanan scored 54 of them.
Significant moment in the last over, the decision of Dexter Sween. He is dangerous. He's got a few hundreds back in Trinidad. It was a big wicket to get. Anwar was the only man who appealed. Clearly bat involved.
I think he's replaying that in his mind 100 times. Very harsh that.
It's picked up well, but straight to Griffith, who doesn't make a mistake in the outfield. And they are struggling here, the Carolina Eagles. A fourth for Captain Harmeet Singh.
Sricharan finds the man too. Harmeet Singh is dropping it loopy and making it feel like it's in the slot, but the timing was off here as well. And Griffith's one of the best in the business. And it doesn't get easier for him. Don't know if it was a recovery or Sachin Sricharan is departing without troubling the scorers. It's 101 for 7.
Head coach Donovan Miller will be very happy. And then they're in line for a huge win, which will help boost the net run rate, which could be important in this tournament. And there's been an impact player as well. They need an impact desperately. Ikwe Craig has come to the middle. He's replacing Kesrick Williams. And that look sums up the day for the Eagles. Gajanan Singh is still there, but has now seen the departure of the last 4 wickets for 9 runs. What can Craig do? Shows the need though for a quality spinner in your lineup, especially as we go on in this tournament and the pitches continue to tire. Ball did grip in the surface throughout the day, but even more tonight. Got Singh, Mohsin, a few other options. Food for thought for the Carolina Eagles. End of Harmeet Singh's 3rd over. It's just 7 from the over and a wicket. 103 for 7. Noman Anwar. Now the task for Gajanan Singh is to get as many as possible to lessen the blow, because this will be a huge blow to the net run rate of the Eagles on the flip side of things. And even though they're close to the top of the table, you think 2 games to play after this, that net run rate column could be so important.
He can tonk the ball a long way, and he's required to do that with 15 and over required. Remember, he got a century as well recently, which he dedicated to his late father. Equick Craig. He wants to do well in USPL. Get back into the winning ways. He's a match winner. You've seen him in the T20 format before here in this country. He's a match winner. But today I just get a feeling that it's too much to do.
A lot of thinking for that team to do, and it's tough, you know, because they played a really intense matchup last night. Went to a super over. They would have had to turn around again and come, and they'll depend on guys like Keswick Williams, centre of screen. This has been well played, really well placed with precision by Singh.
He continues to tread on, Gajanan Singh. There's absolute havoc when he's not on strike, but when he is, he's a dream to watch. It was wide, had to be put away, hammered it through the gap. Precision there, power there, timing there. What are the other ingredients you need to get for?
That there is the right line. When they've gone wide to him, very onset, whether it's been pace or spin, he's so strong through that offside Singh. There's a lot of those shots square on the offside on the back foot.
Was there an opportunity? Ikwe wants that single. Gajanan doesn't, who hasn't recovered from being down on one knee to play that shot. 6 runs of Norman's over. 109 for 7.
It's been a disappointing day for the Eagles, but Captain Singh has been in impeccable touch in this tournament. A couple of 40s and now is able to get past the 50 mark. Speaking of captains, well, his opposite Harmeet Singh has been stellar as well. 4 for 16 in the 19 deliveries he's bowled, but Gajanan Singh, it's been his show with bat in hand. The only standout for this Eagles team.
Gajanan Singh had to be one of the people to contribute, not the only one to contribute. 61 or 35. Sensational, Gajanan Singh. He's so exciting to watch because, as Andrew mentioned, that he can get the angles working his way. Get into lovely positions to execute the shot at the last moment. Difficult to set a field to him. But some of the skiers that he's hit today, the field wouldn't have mattered. Harmeet Singh with a very different kind of a delivery, but 3 dot balls on the trot.
The way he struck the ball, you pretty much want him facing at least 15 of these 32 deliveries, just to get them somewhere close. If they end up losing by 30 or 40 runs, it won't be as bad of a loss, but if it's 80 or 90 runs, that could be very significant. All of a sudden you have to win those last 2 games to qualify. Again through that offside and just touch. I think he does well, Raj Nanan, who we haven't seen with ball today, interestingly.
When Gajanan Singh hits, his precision is such that there are diving fielders all around the first line of defense, and then the second line of defense was Raj Nanan, who somehow believed that he was able to keep it in play but still had to search for it.
Chance, no, just falls short. I tell you, Zio does well because could have easily gone into the boundary. Singh will retain the strike, 113 for 7.
Gajanan Singh stands in the way. What will be surely a comprehensive victory for the New Jersey Titans, but plenty to play for Singh. Don't think anyone would deny him a century if he could get there. Andrew Leonard here with Mike Hazeman to guide you home for the evening. He's been so impressive this tournament, Gajanan Singh.
He has indeed, and I like the way he took control yesterday, did the hard yards yesterday, again today. 64 off 38 balls, 7 fours, 3 sixes. Strike rate of 170 basically. He's just slammed that one as well. He's been a really good competitor, and that's important in this game. He's trying his heart out for his team. He's played the game for a long time, but he's still going. It's going to be a bridge too far shortly. 114 for 7 now. They've got to go at 20 and over from this moment on. So it's all about just getting as many boundaries as they possibly can.
I just wonder, can he hunt down 100? We've already seen 100 in this game. Wouldn't it be great to have 2? Nick Way should play his part accordingly. Get Singh, get his captain as much of the strike as possible. I think the win and the 2 points is probably gone. But the personal milestone for Singh. Bowls him. Cleans him up straight through. Keeps things pretty simple, doesn't he now, man? And a hack across the line. Skids on. And the stumps, they're castled.
Yeah, it was nicely flighted, that delivery. He was through that a little bit too early as well, I think, because of the flight. Just a fraction of turn. Just got it past that bat. Made a mess of those stumps as the zing bales lit up. I love those zing bales, by the way. Really are nice. Terrific. Good to see that. Everyone watching TV in the stadiums can see when a wicket's gone. Adds to a bit of theatre to the whole thing. Craig goes for just 3, 114 for 8 now.
Shivasankar in down at number 10. Just hasn't really gone Carolina's way. I do wonder, is there a bit of a hangover? Don't get me wrong, the Titans have been excellent. Put down. And it's Rocky Rajnath, and he's a good fielder. That should have been 2 and 2.
Gee, we've seen some drop catches today, but we've seen a couple of brilliant catches as well. He'll be disappointed he didn't snaffle that one. Just bunting it into the cover region. Again, undone by the flight. Yeah, should have taken that. Net run rate is going to come into play big time here. Really is. 16 gone, 114 for 8.
Big day tomorrow. Going to be a super Saturday. 3 T20s again. If today was moving day, well, tomorrow's going to be pretty similar. Maybe going to be packing day for 1 or 2 teams, because if they don't get winning, they could be packing their way out of the tournament. Top 4 have to advance to the semi-finals. Also a bonus if you win the top 7, you'll play the 4th side. Second place, third, exact same as the Cricket World Cup that's coming to conclusion out there in India. Keeping an eye on that on Sunday morning, won't we? Florida time.
Sure will.
Gajanan Singh down the ground, and 6. And can he give us some fireworks? I think he deserves 3 figures. He's running out of partners. He'll have to do it all himself.
He is absolutely saturated. Look at him. He's trying his heart out. Goes into the 70s now. Just launching that one. Big stride in. Nice and flat, and that's gone for 6. That's a really fine shot. Nice and straight.
Tries to repeat the dose. This has gone many a mile. Surely it's going to be back-to-back 6s. His technique, the way he gets a base set and then gets elevation through the ball. These are 2 flat leg breaks. 6 more now.
Look at the stretch. Look at the stretch he puts into it, and then the upper body strength is quite extraordinary. 2 6s and 2 balls. That one was bigger than the first, but he's just launching, as you would do when you're 8 down and you need a lot of runs and you're in the 70s and you want to get through the 70s quickly.
Helped around the corner. Going to be more runs. And I think it could well very nearly get to the boundary. Shiva needs to get moving here. I don't know what he was thinking. You have to get your captain back on strike. Gajanan Singh is saying, what are you doing?
Mustn't have heard the communication, I guess, but yeah, you should be thinking straight away that you need to do that. Got to get him back on. He's on 79 now.
I think Gajanan Singh has just said to Andrew's house, you've got 100, I'm going to join you.
This is good work too. Good tag team work. Really good fielding. Good lifting of that leg so it didn't touch that rope. Clean fielding, no dramas there. Gives Gajanan a bit of a opportunity for a breather. Well earned one.
He has worked hard in his fitness. He's definitely trimmed up. He's always been stocky and powerful. He's not tall in stature. There's nothing wrong with this. This is absolutely fine. His foot is in the air as the contact's made of the ball. So that's 2 runs to the total. On we go. Pressure on Mohsen though. He's been treated with real disdain, specifically by Gajanan Singh. Gauss getting very chatty behind the stumps.
He'd be a bit tired too, wouldn't he, Klaus?
Googly round the wicket, angling in, turning away, well bowled.
And a lot quicker. No flight whatsoever that time from Seva.
There's been bits of play acting that we haven't really known what's going on. I'm not sure what we're checking for here. Smiles all around, but maybe a serious message behind it. We don't know quite what's happening right now, Mikey.
Clever from Gajanan, just taking a bit more time, getting his breath back.
Yeah, key role for Shiva. Keep Mohammad Mohsen out. He is being expensive for a man who's had a brilliant year. Originally from Pakistan, now based here in the United States. Fine bowler, but Singh has treated him with absolute disdain. Beautiful googly. No justice for wrist spinners sometimes. An inside edge runs away for 4. It's 133 for 8.
Quick look at that points table. Carolina Eagles will increase their net run rate, which is going to be important. They'll get 2 more points, take them to 7, and also take them a top. That'll be the story of this last game. So it'll be a fine performance of Carolina. Sorry, the New Jersey Titans. My mistake. They'll get 2 points and they'll go to 5. Sorry, they'll increase their net run rate and they'll be second ahead of the Carolina Eagles.
Very special cricketer, Gajanan Singh. He just hits the ball where he pleases. It doesn't matter offside, leg side, full, short. He'll find a way to get it into the gap. This innings, for me, has been almost as impressive as Gauss's. 2 special knocks from 2 very fine cricketers.
Now this is a check to see if it's a 4 or a 6. Did it hit before the advertising triangle? Might have been just before this one. Yeah, it did. Oh no, it didn't. On the full, that's 6. On the full. Hits the advertising triangle on the full, it is 6. Don't think it, if it hit the grass first, it would ricochet up a little bit, but it just bounced back off the cushion.
Yeah, for me, that's 6. You can hear it in the background. Gajanan Singh is busy tapping his bat. He wants to face the next ball. That's what touches him. We'll get one more look at it. Go on, give it to him. I think that's 6. It's Vijay Mallela, the home-based umpire who's in the ICC International Development Panel of Umpires, does a lot of international cricket. I was with him in Bermuda last month for the T20 World Cup qualifier that Canada got through, and it is 6. Good decision. Singh deserved that.
Gajanan now goes to 86. Brilliant stuff.
He loves that cut shot. You bowl short and wide to Gajanan Singh. You're going to be cut away to death. Death by a million cuts. He's into the 90s.
Yeah, there's a rumour he doesn't like the 80s. He's got to that in 2 balls. 90, 46 balls faced, 90 runs scored, 8 fours, 6 sixes, 10 away from what will be a sensational century.
Well, he's toying with the opposition. This is going to be another boundary check. This might have gone all the way too for 6 more. I'm pretty sure this over has gone 6, 4. Well, it's given us 4 now, but Gajanan Singh wants a boundary check. He's into the 90s one way or the other now.
Yeah, the score just jumped back. It was a check on the score. Went back from 90 to 88. So that 4 has gone to 92 now. He's looking for 2 more, perhaps. Let's see if it hit that triangle or hit the rope. Maybe over the rope. Fielder will know, surely, if it went over the rope.
I wonder, is this 6 more? Out towards one of the furthest parts of the ground. I think that's hit the rope again. I think that's 6 again. Game of inches, this one. Gajanan Singh, he could be one block, going to be a maximum. He's 94 off just 47. He's striking at exactly 200. Sensational from Singh. Sublime, sumptuous. Not yet. He'll wait.
What was that shot? Defensive shot. I can't believe it. Gee, it's been some knock this. And a losing cause, presumably.
Scream of frustration. I think he'll surely look for the single here. He'll want to face the last 2. He's always smiling, Gajanan Singh. Never met him. He's one of the warmest players on the circuit anywhere in the Americas. Edged away. He will get the single. It's the perfect result. Netravalkar does the fielding. Singh moves to 95. It's 148 for 8. Now the leading run scorer in the tournament. He's a man after my own heart. That's a good look. Very tight haircut. Nice little bit of fluffy beard around it. Good luck that one, isn't it, Mikey?
Oh, it's perfect, I reckon.
Need to
You guys.
Need to lend him my glasses. That's the only thing he's missing. He's seeing the ball well enough. He doesn't need them.
Runs in this tournament in the USPL for him, 180.
Yeah, a little darting reference there. If he does get to that 3 figures, maybe we'll use the Wayne Mardell commentary. I can't speak. I can't speak. 5 to get. Down the leg side. Given as wides. A scream of anguish. I think the screams from Singh. He felt he should have got 4. Instead, his team will get 5. The 150's up. We almost got lost in the malaise. There's still a game on here. Would need a miracle from Singh. 57 to win off 12.
I suppose there's no great surprise that House is just a little bit slow in going down that leg side after getting that terrific 100 and doing all that work as well. Just couldn't get down in time as it went underneath those gloves. A little test for him from the bowler.
I don't think Singh is thinking about the win, is he? He's thinking about 3 figures. He's thinking about making the margin of defeat as narrow as possible, because net run rate could well be important.
You don't change your gloves on 95. Never.
Really good Yorker. Wait, the call. So impressed by Gajanan Singh's power of self-belief. I think his first 6, if not 7 T20 internationals for the USA, he only batted once. He was almost always the nearly man, the also ran, down to come in at 5, 6 or 7. It took him a long time to be able to show just how good he was for the USA. And that century this year against the West Indies in Zimbabwe, a phenomenal knock. A testament to his strength of will, his strength of character. He's been through a horrific tragedy, losing his father whilst actually representing the United States. He found out coming off the pitch. The way in which him and his family, sacrifices his wife and his daughter have made for him to chase his dreams. He's one of the great stories of associate cricket, this man. He really deserved this 100 today.
Very pleasant person to have a chat to, I must tell you, my brief interactions with him. Seems a really nice guy. He could do with a couple of mates today. He hasn't had many. 24, next highest score in this innings. Six other guys not getting double figures. 3 noughts, a 1 and a 3. It's been a sad tale. Apart from Gajanan, he's been absolutely magnificent.
You feel a little bit for Garanshu Sharma. I thought he actually played really nicely for his 24, and it took a miraculous Superman catch from Raymond Dar, the subfielder, to end his innings. And Singh wants the single. Oh, direct hit, I think would have been gone. Only 1 ball left in the over. A bit of a risk to run through for that leg bite.
It would have been gone because the bat got stuck just short of the line briefly as you tried to plant it. When you run between the wickets, you should be planting the bat on the side so it goes quite smoothly, not flat like that. Would have been gone had there been any connection, but there wasn't. Wouldn't have been in the picture.
I wonder, is Singh going to look to do it here with the boundaries? 4 away from the 2nd century of the day. Oh, it's surely going to be a free hit, isn't it? Has to be. Yeah, good umpiring. Square leg working in tandem. This is well over the waist tight, looking for the Yorker. If he could have edged that away, it would have been the moment, but instead, he'll have the 0 jeopardy situation. Do what he wants.
What a chance now, though, with a free hit. What a great opportunity on 96 with a free hit. Above waist height by some distance. This is just perfect for him. Here's the big chance to get the 100.
Full toss, sliced away. That is the 100. The arms are aloft, not for the first time this year either. The first one came against the West Indies at the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifier. The second one is the second one of the day, the second one of this match, would you believe? Just as good an innings as Andrew Scouser's. Gajanan Singh, it's going to be in a losing cause, fitting a punch glove off 55 balls. The 100 with 8 fours, 8 sixes. It's 162 for 8.
Yeah, what a performance this was. Went to 100 with a 6 as well. Went very flat, just over the rope. Just what he wanted, free hit it really nicely. Terrific shot to bring up a magnificent century. This has been a treat to watch. Really special stuff from Singh. Determined, absolutely determined was the captain. Just brilliant to watch, really was. House, a century in the first innings. Singh, a century in the second innings. Absolutely magnificent.
Saurav Netravalkar to bowl the final. Singh wants the single, direct hit affected. May go upstairs for this. No, safely home. Good umpiring, he thinks he's got there. And it was a lovely moment. And a lovely moment here. The 2 centuries. There's the 2 batters punching gloves. Just want to see if we get the one where the wicket keeper went over. Maybe it is here. Well played, son. Game. Recognises game.
That's a nice touch. Javalkar also congratulating him straight away. Good to see. On strike again, Singh. Has he still got energy to keep going? It is the end of it. But it has been really special. There you go, the 2 Centurions. Congratulating from House. That's nice to see. Fine catch to get rid of it. But what a special knock, a really special knock. Terrific 100 for Gajanan Singh.
Yeah, Trevon Griffith, who's a fellow cricketer of Guyanese origin. I don't think he wanted to celebrate it, did he? Didn't want to catch one of his old mates, but he's got a good pair of hands, was never going to put this down. And it spells the end of a marvellous knock, one that Gajanan Singh deserves high praise for. Sublime from Singh. He's gone for 102, 163 for 9. Young Anderson Mahays to the crease, the left arm spinner in it. Legs 11. There's 4 deliveries left. Oh, a bit of swing after the bat there. And you can't blame Gajanan Singh for looking for a few big hits once he's got to that landmark. But Saurav Netravalkar, his USA teammate, at the last laugh at him here. A good catch too. Lovely to see that. 2 incredible knocks, number 46 and number 8. Been a treat to watch them both.
Certainly has set a high bar for the rest of the tournament, that's for sure. Surface has been good, track's been fine. You don't play like that unless the tracks are playing really nicely. So 200s, 209 posted as well.
The saying we've got in Dublin, I'm sure if you've heard this, there's probably local variations of it. You wait a long time for a Dublin bus and then two come along at once. We waited 15 games in theory into match number 15, and we've got back-to-back Centurions, two of the very best cricketers I believe anywhere in the United States. Very different players actually. That's one of the great things about our sport. They went about it in completely different ways, a left-handed Singh and the right-handed Gauss, with two knocks of great note.
Both displayed enormous power and great timing as well. And seriously good fitness, really.
And also, I'd like to say Gajanan Singh's, with due respect to his Carolina teammates, Gajanan Singh's was against a much better bowling attack for me. The Titans have a really strong bowling lineup. So in many ways, I know it's in a losing cause, it was almost the more impressive of the two. They're both outstanding. I couldn't separate them, but it's 46 runs that separate the two teams. The Titans, they've coasted home despite Singh's heroics. Gauss, the star of the show. And we think that they won't just be in the semi-finals, those Titans. They could well be in that grand final come Tuesday. They are a formidable team to watch.
Yeah, it's a good win. Winning by 46 runs, that's a seriously big win. Gauss was absolutely outstanding. Played superbly. Had to put the gloves on keep as well straight after that, so he's got some serious fitness about him. But his performance was absolutely magnificent. It really was. Right from ball one, pretty much. He hit the middle of the bat. Played some classic cricket shots. Didn't matter if it was offside or leg side. His timing was exquisite and went straight down the ground a few times, but and not too many dot balls. That was another big feature of Andres Gauss's performance. Really was a really nice treat to sit back and watch him play.
Yeah, and just maybe one final word of thanks for the ground staff. Incredible. 5th consecutive day. I know one of those days was washed out here on this same pitch. They haven't been able to get another pitch prepared because of that amount of rain that we've had, and we've seen a barnstormer. We've seen over 370 runs under the floodlights. Brilliant entertainment. It was a super over last night. It's two Centurions this evening. I have to say, two incredible days back to back at the USPL. We'll do it all again tomorrow, Mikey.
Yeah, we certainly will. The plan this morning was that this was going to be the last day of this pitch, but it played so well today. I wonder if he's going to try and get one more day. Maybe he's going to let it breathe a little bit and come back to it later. I don't know. But the plan was to swap to a new pitch tomorrow, so I think that'll probably happen. But, gee, the service has been good. And as you said, the ground staff, gee, they've been outstanding, the work they've done. As you look at the Carolina Eagles, and Gajanan Singh is head and shoulders above anyone else. Next highest score, 24. Sharma, 17 balls, played nicely. Brilliant catch to get rid of him, by the way. And then look at all those single figures. There was no help whatsoever, really. Just 11 to Yahanga and nothing else. So it's a Lone Ranger performance from the captain.
Yeah, you can dial up that phone number for the end of that Carolina card. But this man, he stuck the team onto his broad shoulders and led the way as any good captain should. Just love the way he manipulates the ball into vacant areas, no shortage of power, and with that low crouching style that he has, almost shades of Owen Morgan in some of those shots. He's a brilliant batter to watch.
The other thing also is his bat speed. His bat speed is quite remarkable. Where he just whips that bat through. Gauss was timing his shots and was playing more classical shots. But Singh is just playing superbly, just whipping the bat through as quickly as he possibly could and doing a fine job. Amit Singh 4 for 14, 4 for 20 actually in the end with 14 dot balls. So that was a great performance from him, just going at 5 and over and picking up those 4 sticks, really impressive. And Norman picking up a couple and conceding just 25 runs as well. So most of the numbers were fairly comfortable.
Yeah, so often we'll focus on the Centurions naturally in a day like this, a run fest, but those figures of Harmeet Singh, the Titans captain, 4 for 20 from 4 in a day when everyone else was going at 10, 12 and over. Also 2 for 17 for Sarab Netravalkar, outstanding. So some really good individual performances in what was an excellent game. good news is we've got Roshni all set with the post-match presentation. Let's go and find out there.
Hello and welcome to the USPL post-match presentation for match number 15 between the New Jersey Titans and the Carolina Eagles, with the New Jersey Titans winning by 44 runs. Next to me is Haresh Lala, the co-owner of the Maryland Mavericks, who will be presenting the Man of the Match award to none other than the first Centurion of the USPL this year, Andreas Gauss. 120 not out off of 61 balls, 12 fours and 6 sixes. Gauss, the clear weather gives you 20 overs and you make it rain runs.
Yeah, it's good to finally bat for more than 5 overs. Last night we had a little bit of a hiccup, but the guys played brilliantly today.
And your family was here to witness that inning, so what does it mean to you to go out there, play like that?
Yeah, it's obviously nice when they can come with me on this tour, and it's obviously very special that they actually came to the ground as well. So yeah, I'm always grateful for them to be here.
And the electricity on the field, I mean, the bowling, the fielding, the 2 incredible catches that were out there. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think we strive to be the best fielding team in this competition. I think we showed today that when we put our minds to it, we can be that, and yeah, that was really good.
Well, all the best for tomorrow's game. Good night.
Thanks, Roshni.
Well, a very well-deserving Player of the Match award for Andreas Gauss. He took it all the way home in front of the family tonight, and look at this table now. Really, with the exception of the Cowboys, who may have to win their last 2 to get into the semi-finals. You would think, in fact, they will, won't they? Only 2 wins will be enough. It is so packed between 1st and 6th. The Cowboys are going to need something special, and nobody yet is certain of their place in the semi-finals.
And just quickly, just looking at the net run rate, the New Jersey Titans were on 0. They've gone to 1.6, so that's a terrific performance for them. That's a big boost from the net run rate point of view. And the Phillies United at 1.32. So both those teams at 1 and 2 are strong on the net run rate, so that's a bit of a backup for them. But remember, when it gets to the final 4, it goes the number of wins first. Their net run rate is the second consideration if the wins are the same.
Huge weekend upcoming. In fact, the action between Saturday and Sunday will decide the 4 semi-finalists. We'll start with the Patriots taking on the Cowboys. Cowboys in must-win territory already. Then Raheem the Dream and Phillies United taking on the NJ Titans. That's going to be a marvellous game. And again, the Eagles under the floodlights. They'll need to bounce back under Gadget Singh. Well, we've seen a brilliant day today. 2 Centurions to round it all out. We want to thank you on behalf of all the crew for joining us. We're going to see you again tomorrow.